live.
That was good.
All right. We have yet one more player coming, at least possibly two, but we're ready to start. This is Nycos D&D. Welcome everybody. Thanks for being participants in this nonsense. This is Cauldron Triumphant. Today's episode, The High Cost of Success. We are getting ready to do our story so far, but we'll do a little bit of...
Ominous.
No, what are you talking about? Ominousness? No. The fact that Sam's already preparing for the headache of the day is always a good sign. Of course, he's cleverly doing that just out of range of the camera, so he's safe for a moment. But I'm going to have the characters introduce themselves, give their character class, name, race, and what they really, really like about the city as they found it.
The city of what?
The city of Cauldron as they found it.
Which time?
This time. Since you've come back. The story, well, I'll go ahead and start with stage right here with Sam. Please tell him your character, class, name, race, and what you find particularly interesting about the Cauldron you've come home to.
I play Cord, the Goliath fighter. And I'd have to say the most interesting thing, or the best thing, the thing that I like the most about New Cauldron is all these aliens and their exploitable technology.
The reversed imperialist. I never heard of the kind.
Exploiting technology. Fine way to go.
No,
He's saying that only because he spent about half of the week last week learning about flashlights.
I'm going to take my flashlight learning outside the city.
That might be safer. Some people would argue that's probably a really good idea. Miri.
I like that my temple wasn't destroyed. I like that the people that were killed in the invasion and in the rise of the cultists weren't killed.
Your class, race, name. They need to know who
I
you are.
am Miri Elwyn of Cauldron, and I am a cleric to I don't know what.
I don't know what.
Rosamund.
She's having a crisis of identity.
Well, it's certainly a god. Put it that way.
Tell us, Oteno.
My name is Bryce Campbell. I'm tonight's cartographer. Just kidding. I play the character Ralgrim. He is a divine soul sorcerer Asimar. And the thing I like the most is that the series of events that led to the death of a lot of sections, whether it be their fault, the fault of those who attacked, or the fault of a third party, did not occur, so they did not die.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yes.
Yay. Really, the question is, on top of your name, class, race, I want to know what you find best about Cauldron as you found it this time. What you find best of it.
My name as a player is Rio. My name as a character is Kush Longpipe. I am a gnome druid, and the thing that I liked the most was having my tree house that I've always wanted but always failed to actually make. And this time, this Kush actually made my dream house. I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
My name is Corey. I play Rosama, the rogue sorcerer. I don't know. I'm pretty much thanks. I hate it.
Pretty much thinks you hate it.
Yeah.
None of this stuff worked.
Yeah, no.
All the work you did.
I got everything I wanted, but thanks. I hate it. Like,
It's awfully quiet now, isn't it?
yeah, like,
Took away the city's edge, man.
yeah.
What do you mean I'm getting an even share out of everything? That's just not right. I should have to fight for this. Where's all this wealth coming from?
I got all these people under me, and I didn't have to kill half of them to.
Didn't have to fight for authority or anything.
Right, yeah. Like, you're not even trying to kill me?
Well, that's 50% better. If your dice are in the car, that's 50% better than
I have plenty of dice.
Corey left his dice at
Again.
home. Again.
Again?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He actually popped out his dice tray and starts setting it up. And he's like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." And he goes, "Oh no."
Well, I mean, at least he's not gonna go out and buy a whole new set of dice.
Yes,
If they had dice that I wanted,
he would be
I
doing
would
it.
definitely have bought new dice.
Do you need some dice for the day?
No, I brought
Oh.
Oh man.
Somebody's
I
here.
absolutely would have bought dice if they had dice that I wanted. If there was a set out there.
Yay!
No, never mind.
Fun question for you today, Chase. Introduce yourself, character name, class, race, and you haven't got to you yet. And your what you find best about home as you found it this time.
Best.
Yeah, what's the best part about the way home is now?
Let's see. Jace, half elf bard. What I find best about home would be the Blue Crater Academy is still intact.
Yay! Hooray for the Blue Crater Academy. Granis welcomes you. Yeah, I asked Matt one time whether or not he would, because I was concerned that he might want to come back. He says, no, I wouldn't want to take your game for Granis.
I just got your job.
I know. Okay. And Rosman, did you introduce yourself?
Yes.
I did.
Yes, you did. I
Yeah.
got your name. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like your barbarian is still 10 minutes out. The technology these barbarians carry around these days is fantastic.
Here.
All right,
Other
so
world stuff.
for those of you that are looking down at my map display and wondering what all this nonsense is, I'm going to get my little pointer here, and I can kind of walk you through what you're looking at. This, for those of you that haven't seen my setups, usually I do one-on-one setups for miniature scale, so 25 millimeter, lots of buildings and such. In this case, I've raised the scale considerably. Ralgrim so kindly drew in the hexes, but the hexes are 49 miles across. So from center to center are roughly 49 miles. So the locations that are on the map that my players would be familiar with and that you in the audience might want to become familiar with are as follows. Center of this hex is Cauldron, the city on the mountain. This is Bridgeton. Although the river is not shown, the river runs right along this edge, so that's the reason why it's not on the map. But that is the village that they just came from, which is Bridgeton. Just south, 2 hexes of it is, and it's just short of 2 hexes south of it, is Sassarine, which is on the coast, and the ocean is beyond it. So that's Sassarine. This is Red Gorge, the village at the bottom of the mountain. The gray sections that represent the basalt wall that history says that the old holder of the Alacaster built. What's interesting to note is that in that original myth that you guys were familiar with, it cost that character his existence to finish building just 3 sections, which are the 3 closest. There's 2 and this one. But as you can see on this map, the wall exists much farther along, and in this current now, that entire wall was built with the Alacaster. So how it suggests there may actually be another version of it out there, or that, because the history doesn't match how you received yours, because yours was hidden away and broken into pieces. The green indicated by the terrain that's beyond the Demon Scar, the forested area all along in here is the Demon Scar Forest, and beyond the Demon Scar Forest, which is really more of a jungle, is farmlands of the Florentine Empire. Finally, out here beyond the wall is a place known as the Landing. As you may recall, there is still a candle in the sky now, and there is a single population of the Other that apparently is responsible for the others that you saw in the city. And then finally, way up here is the hold of Gotrod, which is now known as the Kingdom of the Dwarves. And the leader there is not Zenith, but his father. There was no dragon attack that drove him out, and ergo there was no need for his son to go try to save him, ergo no insanity in Zenith. So, finally, way up here, this beyond the mountain range, by the edge of the mountain range, is known as the beginnings of the Mornglade. It's basically an ancient forest that has basically faced corruption. So think along the lines of Fangorn. Okay, you could say what if you want. Unless, oh wait, you've probably seen a little bit of Lord of the Rings now, so you probably know what the Fangorn Forest is.
You have, because you've seen the second one.
Exactly.
I forgot the name.
Tree. The tree.
Somewhere on there.
Somewhere.
That big ass tree.
There's
These
lots of
ones?
trees.
No, that's beyond the mountain. It's gonna be it's gonna be in the it's in that valley.
Yeah.
Fangorn is up by Lonely Mountain.
Is it?
Yeah, it's between Lonely Mountain and Isengard.
I didn't know it was
Neat.
that much from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's quite a
Anyway.
Anyway, so I have brought this all information to you so that the Tenno can rightly judge his area of control, which is basically the hex. So conflicts even as far south as Red Gorge does fall under the rank the
And-
current control of the
This
Tenno.
was some sort of hollow.
Yeah, Kingfisher Hollow's down there. That's right, bottom of the mountain. And a fine little, well-used inn by the name of the Lucky Monkey.
Where's the Mirror Veil?
Mirrorvale, this mountain range here, the passage, actually, just as there's the river that comes out of Cauldron itself, there's a river that comes out of this valley, and this is Mirrorvale.
Sweet home.
No, it's not Alabama.
That's elsewhere.
Because there the skies are blue.
Where?
In Alabama. That's according to the song. But that's
I
perhaps
saw
for a
blue
Friday
skies.
campaign, because
Blue
they're now...
skies are beautiful.
Wait, what?
Oh, Friday's looking for blue skies.
Boy, something is wrong with this program. It keeps on. It gives me six level spells. It did the same thing in 5th level spell when I wasn't 6th level. It just popped on 5 extra spells. Why, I don't know.
Because it's the
But I
number.
only have-
It's quote the number of spells known.
No, this is number of spells per day to
See,
cast.
This is why I just abandoned that. I downloaded a fillable PDF and I
Just
did
fill
it
it in
myself.
yourself.
Yeah, well, that's okay because I know it's adding 5. I have only one 6th level spell.
Yes, and we do have an audience member that hasn't been with us, I think, since the very first week of Cauldron. Person's name is I Am Crash, so I don't know who that is, but thank you for being with us. So. Alrighty, so morning awakes, long rest over.
Oh, no, I still have to try to get back.
What?
No,
Across town?
Well,
It's not
You're-
a dangerous city.
No,
no,
you're-
what I did is I left.
right, you left.
And I picked up my.
Okay, so that's right. We needed to resolve that. The issue is that her story kind of ended a little choppy, so we wanted to kind of smooth that out. We'll fill that in basically as she's heading over, because as you remember, she had actually moved out of the house anyway, so
Oh.
she was living at the temple when she was having distrust issues with these two.
Temple to who?
It's Temple
Hey.
to Zephyr.
Hey.
Way
What?
too soon.
Temple
Hey.
of Zephyr.
Really?
You don't.
Oh, I know what
Is
you're
that
going
a-
for.
You
Is
don't
that
trust me?
around? I thought that closed.
Because what you did to me.
Okay, no, you actually saw the ceremony. She went through with it.
Oh.
So
Trust issues with us?
this is past. This is old history. Stop. Please, I already have
thought
enough
this
trouble
was
as
a
it
new
is.
timeline.
Don't make it any rougher than it's got to be.
I thought
Please.
this was a new timeline.
It is. It totally is. Anyway, so as you're walking back,
She has her mattress, her pillow, the book is wrapped inside, and her crystal
and her lamp.
Or
All I need is
crystal
this lamp
candlestick.
and
No.
this stick.
There's two crystal candlesticks. And she's kind of holding those, kind of like cuddled in the pillow.
Yes.
You look like you're an 8-year-old going to your friend's house for a sleepover.
More than
Oh
likely,
my
it's actually
God,
like
yeah.
like the friend coming back from
Slumber
sleep.
party.
Her eyes
Slumber
are
party.
rimmed in red.
Yes. So
She's
this,
lucky she can making her way through the street.
so as you're walking along, that person walks alongside you and realizes you're trying to carry the mattresses and offers to help carry one end of it as you're trying. May I assist you with that? You seem to be troubled.
Yeah. She wipes her eyes.
Why are you so troubled?
I was a cleric of Zephyr. I am no more.
Why ever would that be the case?
I said something and it angered him.
Well, sometimes gods can be rather capricious, and sometimes we as mortals mess up.
Yeah. I messed up.
How so?
I said something I shouldn't have been saying.
Well, then just ask for forgiveness. That usually works. If you really think you did something wrong.
No, I meddled. I mean, I really meddled with something I shouldn't have.
Oh. Well, that is unfortunate.
He asked me about it. I told him I had it.
Yes. The person you're speaking with is dressed all in green, like Lincoln green, almost Robin Hoodie kind of.
Cut green.
Yeah. And this is
She finally kind of lifts up and takes a look at him.
okay. He's looks to be about a 35, 40-year-old mortal. He's fair of countenance and
Okay.
seems fairly strong physically, but he wears a necklace that has this 3 rings entwined, so 3 separate rings interlinked so that they hang together as a single piece, as a symbol.
What did she know about that? Anything?
Doesn't seem to. It's intriguing because it shows how 3 separate things
Can be
if they're-
joined together.
can be joined together and actually work in a unity and a harmony you haven't
She
seen.
notes it because she sees it, but I don't think she really
Right.
registers it.
It says, how long have you been alone?
For a long time.
Isn't it time that you stopped being alone?
I tried.
Well, just give some thought to the possibility that you might actually be sufficient on your own to be the friend that you are looking for.
She sniffs and rubs her nose. And all I wanted was family, if not that, friends.
And you get those by being both family and friend.
Just hasn't worked out yet.
Yes. Well, just consider it, and if you ever are looking for a place of solace, there's a small copse of trees. The fellowship is known as the Heathers, and we'd be willing to entice you to be a member of our group.
You are very kind. Thank you. And she sniffs and walks on.
Okay, get to the corner where the house is, and you realize that the guy that used to stand here to ask the question isn't standing here. Instead, they've got a lamppost up.
I don't know anything about that lamppost. Do I know where the door is?
No, you look at the corner and you remember that the mystical protections on it required somebody to ask you the question so you could give the countersign to get in.
A grove of trees. But where did you say the grove of trees was?
Down the mountain along the south road. No, sorry, the north road. I had to remember where we put others.
She picks up, she turns around because she doesn't know how to get in the house.
Okay.
She doesn't know the new.
Well, as you turn around, here comes Mopsy carrying a bag of baskets of groceries.
Moxie, how do you get?
Hey, Mary. Oh, yeah. She says, right here. She turns the corner and pulls out a little grease pencil, writes the word on the post, wipes it back off. All of a sudden, the house is visible. Come on, let's go.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna go find some place to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, you're always welcome here. It's your home, after all.
Thank you.
So
I
as
think-
she's coming in bedraggled at the end of the whole night and exhausted, you guys are all like getting up and getting around.
Jace. So I feel terrible for forgetting this, but could you send a sending to Kipani?
Mary, I made a good berry.
There you go. That'll sustain you a
Oh,
bit.
thank you.
Let me just send
one?
something really quick
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
You just need one.
And as he gives you the
Good berry.
the berry, there actually there's a three ring emblem on the top of the berry.
She looks at it. What's this? She looks at it.
He's going, what the hell? I didn't do that.
I
But you do recognize it as the symbol of the Heathers.
I've seen this once.
I saw it tonight on a necklace,
Oh.
but
You know, Mary, that will sustain you. Just lay down. You know, relax.
thank you. I couldn't bring the bed back. I think I'll just leave it there. We'll get a new bed.
You know, your room's still there. It's more furnished than last time.
Slightly, because it's still got the pallet on the floor.
Yeah.
She goes in, lays her mattress over
Over the top of
bed.
the, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, puts her comforter down and she's all red rimmed eyes, and just looks really kind of bedraggled. And then she goes in and she just shuts it off.
What's up with Mary?
She's tired.
Alrighty.
If you would, we're back in Cauldron. Are you okay? Things have changed. I hope you're well. I'm the ruler of Cauldron again.
I'll reiterate that to
Keep on.
Lonnie.
Okay. Kapani, okay, so
Message.
why is he?
Sending.
Because I don't know how to do
He
sending.
doesn't have sending. I'm using sending. Sorry.
Oh,
Kipani wasn't with us when we left Bridgeton.
that's true.
I completely forgot about him like a terrible human being.
Good thing you're not human.
Yeah.
Then the myth. Open.
Open it.
That's a secret knot. That was a secret.
Scowl.
Smite you.
You're not a paladin.
You can't do that.
Pulling out my maul in
No, but she might go berserk.
There you go. Yeah. Can't do that anymore either.
So the message to Kapani, not a problem. I've been waiting for about 20 years for a response. So thanks. I won't be able to help you for a while.
Reiterate that to Melvin.
Okay, great.
I don't think Kapani's happy with you.
No. Wait, he's been waiting, or they've been waiting for 20 years.
Yeah, it wasn't it 500 days.
Kapani wasn't feeling well in Bridgewater. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Will actually said the same thing, that we were gone for 20 years and 7 months.
Right, but that implies that.
Zephyr said the same thing, but I'm not there.
Right.
Well, I get everybody thinks we've been gone for 20 years, but Kipani only came into our lives right before we got to Bridgeton. So, the fact that...
But you left Kapani here when you went.
Right, so which means that...
It had experienced the 20 years
Yeah.
of your departure.
So that means during the...
Say.
So this is less of a we were like the mission took 20 years, and more we were gone for 20 years. If that's true,
That's
or if small modification thereof.
Right. And the things that we did back there affected here,
Everything.
All right.
like the candle.
Mm-hmm. But they still. So it's a little bit of that, and a little bit of us being there for too long.
that's the two combined. 20 years and 7 months.
Okay. Great. My uncle's mad at me.
Auntie.
There's more of you?
We actually had this conversation.
There's
We actually.
You've met my brother. He wasn't alive for very long, but you've met him.
this is
Oh. I mean, I think of gnomes as my brother too, but
No,
I
he was
didn't-
actually my brother.
Oh.
As weird as that doesn't make any sense, but he was actually my brother.
There's just more questions now.
All these questions.
So you're king again?
Apparently, Tenno.
Okay.
King.
Prince,
Supreme
ruler.
Do you have a council?
No, it actually has the term he used. They actually called him Tenno.
No. Apparently, the council I formed was never formed.
You never formed it.
So you're king.
Well,
ruler.
Dictator.
they called me Hey, you were more of a dictator than I was.
Sovereign?
When was that? When was that?
You were like, I will force you to work in the fields and be happy with each other. I at least gave them a choice to be happy.
Wasn't that resin?
Or
I made it so that it was constant. They just had to pluck it. And then
And it's still making them work.
they just plucked it.
It's
They
still
don't-
work.
There's no harvest.
Making them work for you, not for any independent organization.
They just eat it and they're filled.
I know, I got it. It's still work.
I didn't have currency. It was
Not
literally
my
a
problem.
trade.
Not my problem.
Trade system.
How is that my problem?
It was
You're the one who
going
called me.
really
you,
well.
called me a tyrant first.
I said ruler.
You said tyrant. One of you said
I
tyrant.
said tyrant.
You said tyrant. He
Of
called
course
me a tyrant
Of
first.
course it was Rosama that said
Just
tyrant.
out of the shadow.
Literally out of
I
the shadow.
said tyrant.
That's a
Just-
very
I step out of the shadow.
black.
Tyrant.
He's black.
But definitely blackmail.
Yeah, that's very blackmail response
Pull
to
the
Oh,
Gandalf,
you guys
pull
want
the
your
Gandalf
hands
on
on
me.
Over the shoulder.
Pull the Gandalf on me, right?
Yeah.
So what's the plan moving forward exactly, guys?
Orange?
Orange.
Blue.
No.
There's no blue.
Oh, there's no blue anymore. Okay, great.
There we go.
I'm not blue. I was Zephyr. Ooh, what an ugly cream.
You don't have to like it.
Um,
Yeah, we know what that is.
Okay.
I also have
That's the white.
Mary, did you eat that good berry?
Yes.
Good.
Now she's in a room.
this.
Good.
The color is
That's yellow. She's not yellow. What's your? She wants
And
the
paper walls.
Well, wait. What was
You're 50
Rocky?
miles out of Barcelona.
Purple?
We're still in the
What's
dark
that?
setting.
Was Rocky purple or orange?
Purple.
It's Rocky. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
oh, Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky was.
Purple, is it?
Purple, was
Oh yeah, she's purple.
Yeah, so I should probably get purple.
Well, the closest we've got is blue. Unless you want that red up there. There's a purple. That there. That.
Purple would do.
It's a roughly purplish. There we go.
You have no red.
Smacked her in the face.
But you caught it.
I did catch it.
That was
Style.
There's only a partial fumble. Yeah, I need my red up there, and then you picked. You haven't yet chosen. Have you read through them?
Where are they?
They're on the Discord.
I was gonna talk to you about that.
Okay.
I could not find them.
No,
It's
Nice.
returning the favor.
restricted
Well done.
access.
It's restricted access.
What?
Yeah, you said you can only look at it if you paid.
Oh
us
yeah, but
in.
you already. Yeah, but you have access now. Yeah,
I do
today.
now? Oh.
Today, yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, because I just started changing it with people that updated,
Okay.
and the access was dependent upon what we talked about when you
Yeah.
first got here. So,
Pay levels.
just for clarification, we'll talk about it off camera a little bit later. But yeah, you should have access to all of.
I met you.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey.
She got her purple. She's good to go.
Pretty.
So fancy.
And what was the reference to Thomas Crown?
What?
You put Thomas Crown.
I stood Thorn Crown.
Oh, I look like Thomas Crown. I'm going, Thomas Crown? Ooh, nice use of the veil. That's very good.
It's very good.
Bonus point. Get a BP out of that. There you go.
Yay!
Some people
I'm
do
back up to
work.
6 BP.
Oh, she's racking them up.
Hey,
Rack
they're
'em and stack 'em.
there when they're needed. And I did use one.
You're becoming more like me every day.
There we go.
My first 2 were for couch.
So, red is for
Oh, I made
control.
her.
Just to know the sharp edges.
Just Photoshop.
Blue is for constancy, and particularly it's about protection. If you're protecting people, that's blue. If you are interested in the concept of chronology and messing with time on a positive, trying to cause storms and stuff, that's purple. If you're trying to stop the storms, make everything go back the way it's supposed to be, you're white veil. But that quote, going back the way it means ultimately is purity, so you're actually annihilating the timeline.
Oh, that's conflicting for me.
Well, orange is serendipity. Serendipity basically means whatever happens, I'm okay with it. Go, we get rich, we get poor. Doesn't much matter. Everything's going to work out in the end. And black is liberty. I should be able to do anything I want at any time, and people should always give me soup. Oh wait, no, I didn't have that part.
I don't. Therefore, I'm.
Green is vitality, and green is the one that veil that has no trouble with any other veils because they all know that without life we wouldn't exist. So green veils are the make things better, kind of heal all wounds. Even if you have to heal the bad guys, it's okay. So gray is power, and power is its own reward. So they are. As far as your reach for strength almost puts you into that. You could almost go Grey Veil. And Grey Veil, power is for power's sake. The only reward from power is more power. So that's why when you get to the strongest, then you have to look across the fence and go, I may be strong, but I'm not as fast. So now I've become the fastest as well. So
That's a whole lot of work there.
that's these are the people who eventually become liches, or the Grey Veil.
These are all very, I don't know.
Thank you for letting me do the short version of it. I'm sorry for appreciate your forbearance.
These are all very conflicting ideals, I must say.
If
That's-
you
that's
choose to
the
walk outside of all of them, then you are brown veil. Not that you claim any of the veils, but everyone else will give it to you. They'll say, "Oh, that person doesn't count because they're brown veil." So
Okay, I'll
cool.
go with brown for now.
So that'd be the orangey thing you had up there.
Oh no,
Yeah, there you
brown
go.
cord.
The brown cord.
By the way,
Oh,
Cord
now
is
brown
back. Right? Cord
What's
is
that?
back.
Hmm?
Cord is
Yeah. Oh, the god of cord is back as well, but worshiping. Yeah, there you go. All right. Oh, he's sort of. Oh, yeah. See, he leans on it. But
Oh
he just,
yeah, because it's naturally.
It's
Yeah,
not
right.
truly a
That's
veil
right.
at all. He gets it. All right. So, we haven't yet gotten to the hour in the morning when the tenor will be required to be downtown, so you guys can do your planning of what you want to do. You can discuss the map if you want to fill in those that weren't here when I was giving that part. Feel free to catch them up on what they see.
This is Cauldron. This is
Red Gorge.
Red Gorge.
Kingfisher Hollow. There's Mirrorvale. That's Bridgeton. Over there is the
Sasserine.
New Dwarven area. There's Sasserine. This is the Demon Scar.
Damon Scar.
There's the landing zone for the
Genesis.
outsiders.
Others.
Sasserine.
Sasserine.
Right here.
Where is Dragonia?
Dragonia is even further south.
Yeah, it's probably off the table.
It is. It's on the other side of Bridgeton.
Okay.
Where the dragon is.
Yeah, but it's there and south because it's by the water.
Where the dragon
course, it's where the dragon is.
Are
Silly me.
Yeah.
is the demon horse on here?
What demon horse?
That never happened.
No.
What are you talking about?
The
You mean the demon sculpture?
The draft horse thing.
the track.
Oh, the sec gen revolution that happened didn't
Yeah.
happen, or if it did, you don't know. You were returning. You got lauded as returning, but you don't know exactly what you were returning from. You had at that point assumed it was the demon war,
Right.
but now that you start asking the locals about it, they honestly don't know what you're talking about. The sec gen population has increased as there's been an influx of friendlies from around the world, especially since people have been ascending to high places to try to get a better look at the candle.
Like here.
Yeah, they're coming to the city.
Of
Exactly.
course, it's a religious center again.
It's amazing how things change while they stay the same.
Yeah.
We have paper walls now, don't we?
Paper
Sure
wall?
do.
In the room.
Oh, yeah.
You said there were
Yes.
paper walls.
Consistency?
What's that?
Yeah.
What's that one word again? Oh yeah, consistency.
Oh yeah, consistency.
I need to make an intelligence check for these paper walls.
Yeah, you navigate them.
They're walls, yeah.
Yeah, there might be still one of them back there in the back
They're
corner that's got a cush shape.
Paper.
So wait, what would happen if you failed?
I'd eat them because they're rice.
But it's not soup.
But it's food.
He has a point.
Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. It would take a lot of walls to make a soup.
Okay.
All right. So, what to do today in the beautiful city of Cauldron?
I, for one, am going to use my interesting position to kind of try to get a read for where we stand in the world in terms of relationships with other people in adjacent tiles, and how the town itself is doing, both
Okay.
in economic and like getting along with each other terms.
Sure. Jason can spend more time at the academy.
Yes.
What in particular would you like to be researching or studying?
Let's see. The history of the Enandrin. And maybe if there's the history of the candle and the history of the Jubilants, if
Okay.
any of those are available.
We'll get to those. Okay, and disenfranchised Kush, what would you like to do?
I need to.
You do remember where the good stuff was the last time you were here? I mean, the stuff that you already grow yourself.
Yeah.
By the way,
I
your
don't have-
your hydroponic room has overgrown. It's like you haven't been here in months.
Oh my gosh.
So much trimming.
I gotta do so much trimming. Squirrels. Of course. I'll get a bunch of squirrels. Well, I'll make a bunch of squirrels.
You wouldn't have to. They're already here. You have attendants that have been working here the whole time. Remember, at your rank, you would have so many animal companions. It would just be literally. It's you walk around in a like a cloud, if you will, of
You're a
furry
Disney
animals.
princess.
Try out
And then-
singing one of them.
Yeah. And then it's just me going around and dancing and going and
Yeah.
just all these furry animals just.
Not feathered ones?
Oh yeah, and feathered ones now. I forgot about that.
Oh.
It's
I
a little.
never
It's a little.
noticed you.
That's a little. Okay, so here's the other thing. Seeing the birds. The first time you see any given species of bird, there's that jarring moment of knowing that they don't exist, and then it's like your memory floods, as if they've always been here.
Oh.
So the
Their
raven.
legs are not mammal. This whole
And they don't have that
entire
weird
time.
tail.
They don't have that weird tail at the end. Oh. It's like
All feathers.
all feathers just everywhere. Their body must be so light. I thought they were just half mammal. I love this timeline.
Yeah, so you'll be working on the house basically.
I don't know. I'm so bored out of my mind.
Yeah, because actually the runners will be coming in with the reports on what they made on the transit of the cargo from this point to that
So
point.
I am so.
And
this
how
is-
they and the graft. The thing is, you've already established by this time. You've actually established long-standing graft agreements. So therefore, there's not even any challenge crossing the local governmental borders.
Right.
You just exactly know how much to cut off. There's no other gangs to engage, so there's no street fighting. It would be mindless for you at this point.
I should kill all of you and start over.
Well, I broke my last flashlight, so I have to go get another one.
True.
I think
You might take all the pieces back and see if they can put it back together.
The only thing you do
My
know is
mind
that Mavo is in
Taking
town.
it apart.
yeah, my
The
mind.
old
I have
Mavo
to wait
is in
until
town,
it's
so
exactly
you
like
could go
Victor
find
did.
out what's.
And watch how they do it.
My mind drifts towards Mariah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there is that.
is that.
She's still sleeping for a little while.
Well, actually, the pillow's over her, and she's alternately crying and bawling.
Nice. So you'd actually hear her as you walk by her rooms.
Like,
Yeah, with paper walls. But that's why she put the pillow over her head.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
like,
What's your plan for the day?
so in the morning, Yumara does her morning rituals to maintain her druidic essence. And so,
Okay, and you're what level?
third, 14th?
14th as a barbarian.
Correct.
None of it was sent in druid. So you're just talking about your druid roots.
Yeah, I'm talking about magic initiate.
Okay,
Yeah, so the magic initiate stuff with the
so you're taking the druid magic, really?
yeah.
She
Sure, he
always
already
had
has.
it.
I've
Okay.
always had it, so I've always had. The,
Okay,
That's
so
how
in
I
other
get
words,
it
She
there.
takes
You-
one of my good berries.
I would say she's standing outside your place contemplating your tree.
I'm standing
Oh.
walking out back and forth.
I have squirrels and chipmunks and woodpeckers.
And I'm just like, and I
There-
slowly inch
There's
towards where I know where your stash is.
Oh my god. It's beautiful. It's a working tree house. So-
It's a fascinating
It's-
piece of work. Get into my bed.
Nice.
They just
Trust me, he's got
out.
ample. He won't even notice.
It's so fascinating. You're so amazing.
Yeah,
Fish.
they just transport over there and then it drives
Yeah.
up.
So you're staying in
And
the.
all-
And then
you're,
I'm like
you're working in.
slowly working my way towards back the door.
Uh huh.
And once I've left, I've also grabbed a bottle of brandy and two
Well, I'm not in the city
glasses.
when she
Sure.
says that. I go.
And I'm going back to my own abode. So once I've done my rituals for the druid,
I don't know what that was.
I pour two glasses and I try to intervene Rakshasa. God damn it, her name.
Rakshasa?
Rakshasa.
Rasakma, actually.
Rasakma.
Rakshasa, you end up with a tiger with his hands going backwards. Not what you want.
Rakshasa. No.
Rasakma.
Rasakama. Rocky.
Yes.
I'm gonna stick with Rocky.
Okay.
So I
She won't respond directly. You've already had your conversation, right? Or you have not?
well, I do have clairvoyance and augury.
Okay, so you want to augur? That's different. Go ahead and augur.
I would like to ask her about beauty because Oma knows, but Yumar doesn't, and that
Oh,
connection was
right. So you're asking what? You have to tell me what the question
so
is.
the question is, what is beauty, and not in the metaphorical sense what she's actually referring to as beauty.
So you're saying more clearly, what is this thing they call beauty?
That.
And the voice responds, beauty was destroyed. All that can be found are splinters of the shards. That's one. You got three, right? Next question.
Just a moment, she's typing it in, so she has it.
Doing her notes.
Alright, so the second question is what are signs that I should look for that
I'm so
will
glad you asked it that way.
show me where the rest of the shards are so I can pick
The only sphere of influence which King Kush currently has.
only spirit.
That was specific.
Can lead you to the splinters of the shards.
Toga, toga, toga.
Right, he is a 10 no. 10 no. 10 no.
Wait, you refer to him as king.
I did.
So you do know there's something amiss.
What?
That was not the question. That was not the question.
I do know. It was the question. It was the question because you're in character.
Damn it.
Yes, I'm aware that he is king. And yes, I know that there is something wrong. So I'm giving you a bonus answer. So you got a double on that one. So you got both affirmatives, but that did cost you your third question.
So wait, she gave me a bonus question.
She answered both of them.
Okay.
Those were both halves of your third question, without you realizing you were asking a third question. Okay, so heading out to your appointment, O10, you're met by a what would be the correct title? I guess it would be.
Hey.
I guess it would be.
You have
It would be an
groupies.
octet. No, it'd be an octet of legates.
Council?
No, they're just making sure to
eight
take
armed
notes.
dudes. Oh wait.
Oh, they're fundamentally political yes men.
Oh, brilliant.
That's what you do.
You are so wise. You have done so much for the city. Bless you for that kind of
Mm-hmm.
simpering sycophants would be another way of saying it.
Just
The
what you
worst type of cabinet ever.
Well, that was then. You can always fix it. The fact that it wasn't a council doesn't mean you can't rebuild it.
Well, last time there was.
And you have all the data.
Yeah, I do. I think. I'm just gonna
Right.
bat the cases as they come.
Sure. So you ask away on the questions you want to ask, and then basically you'll be stuck with like several hours of just the most inane. Does this person get the cow or does that person get the cow kind of nonsense? But in the meantime, you can ask away.
Half. No.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do people think of sections in town?
The sections are most of them are hard workers. There's some of them that are kind of considered to be unclean by the others. I mean, you're probably not aware, but like the Lacertines like shed their whole body skins every year or so, and then they eat it, which is a little disrupting when they do it in public places. The leporines have to eat their own poo, so they tend to wear overalls. I don't know if you know that's actually true of rabbits that they.
Well, you've mentioned this several times, but the fact that you said have to is interesting instead of just compelled.
Yeah, it's actual biologically required for them to.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So it's clean. It's nice little pellets and everything. It's just disturbing to see them going.
Rabbit stew.
Maybe we could
Bad breath.
start. Maybe we could request that some shops start selling like.
Reconstituted.
Mints?
So you're gonna hire people to.
No, like
Mouthwash?
not well, but like poo
So-
bags. So like when they're done with it, they can just like.
Well, that's why they
eat
wear
out
the
of a bag,
overalls.
like M&M. Yeah, no, you take it out of the like overalls and you eat like a bag of M&Ms or something.
Okay.
Candy.
Might start a whole new market.
Yeah.
Candy.
No, you might get
Candy
confused there.
Candy coated.
Oh God, no.
Sell it into the secondary market.
Candy.
No, you can't have that.
Yeah, melt in your
my
head.
friend Rabbit gets to eat them at lunchtime all the time. I want some.
Candy
Melt in your
coated.
mouth, not in your
Somehow that's
hand.
worse.
Rabbit poo.
Silly rabbit.
Oh.
Reconstituted grain. That's all it really
Oh
is.
man. Anyway.
So, wait,
how?
did I
I
find
love
a
this
rabbit that was named Velveteen?
Among the 50 that are there and that work at the house. Actually, no, they can't actually because that's one of their heroes to the south. No, you have to understand. To the south, there is a knight known as the Velveteen. He's a sec gen leporine paladin.
Oh.
My next question would be just to get a general feel for the economic prosperity of the town. How
We're well, okay. So the flat out is that there's approximately 12% of your economics that are unaccounted for. They just simply vanish from the books.
Perhaps corrupt.
when?
Well, it was 10%, but in the last week or so, we had the numbers changed slightly.
How many people do we have working on that?
Oh, we only have one. As his name is Armitage. What's his name?
Simber?
Oh,
Artemis?
No,
Simber?
not Artis. Not Artis Simber. No, I know who you're thinking of. Shemwick. Artis Shemwick. He's an accountant.
Can I have a strong. When we reach a break in the cases, I want to talk to him.
Oh, I'm sure you'll be able to find him. He works down right near the market square,
Okay. I'm gonna talk to him about
across the street from the Brass Trumpet.
that. I think the next one was.
Okay, so the overall is that we are very high into the plus to the point where we actually have to make 3 shipments a month to Florin by the West Road.
Of what?
Treasure, gold,
Oh.
coins.
Wait, why are we paying them money?
We are just an arm of the Florentine government. They're fairly modest. They only take 8%.
I think the next thing I would try to ascertain is we
I
already
thought
kind of know.
Cauldron was a separate city-state.
Why would that be the case? We've been under the. I mean, we are not there, but the reasoning that would be given is the fact that the Florentine Empire is strong and healthy and has expanded out to this range. They were kind enough to provide us military when we needed it to stop the Grolem, and they were able to push back the Vatanori. So.
I think the next thing I would ask would be how are the Veils interacting with each other? Is it normal squabbles or is it particularly
Oh no!
bad?
Matter of fact, it's gone surprisingly well. The integration of the old faiths was much more direct and easy than we thought it would be. The power and the force of the Red Veil has been seriously curtailed only because it is the official religion of the royal family in Florence, and so people tend to be in opposition to whatever the government's official
Anarchists.
position is. Yeah.
Oh, government is red, of course. I think the last thing would be just to get a feel for the others. What do people think of the others?
Well, it really was a great tragedy with the numbers of them that were killed in the decimation of the ancient forest, but. So far, the few that have come down from New Home have been fine.
Good.
Pretty peaceful. They sell a lot of trinkets. It seems like there's they've developed some form of magic that we don't have, but they seem to have made a nice parity out of it by trading with others.
That'll probably be the last of what I try to look into.
Sure. It's been a long day anyway, because given all the nonsense of other things that you have to put up with,
Mm-hmm.
dotting lines and such. All right, library. 3 things you wanted.
I'll be right back.
Sure.
I have something to add.
The history else.
The Anandran have been uniformly friendly for most of history. The forests of Anandra are south along the edge of the peninsula down into Eldrasar. No, scratch that. I said that wrong. Anandra. Yeah, actually, Anandra is going to be the nation of Anandra, where they come from, is far to the east from here. So it's a considerable
This is
distance. Yes, because this is north, so it's east. But nonetheless, the Anandran population has expanded across the planet, is equally friendly and equanimous with the human and the other sentient races, if you will.
You have a nice obstacle course to run.
Yeah.
The history of the candle or anything related.
A candle's been up here for coming on a year? No, coming on 2 years. This is the second year almost. That should jive with your original chronology. Not going to push it, but it's pretty close. Should be. If it isn't, whatever the difference is, it does make sense. It does tie into your original chronology of when you first saw it. There is no record of it ever having been here before. It does appear that other nations have responded to it in a religious fashion. In particular, the giants have withdrawn from communication, and there has been no communication with Mirror Veil for the last 20 years.
And the last one was the history of the Jubileans and their culture.
Okay, so Jubilethans apparently are fundamentally ubiquitous. They are somewhat nomadic and tribal in nature, stay in groups of less than 100, travel relatively quickly on wagons that seem to have some kind of mystical ability. It may be that they're made out of Eldrin wood because they are able to pull them with their extremely fast horses, and they can run for extremely long periods of time. So they act fundamentally in ways kind of like an impromptu Pony Express. You can't depend on them with any frequency of actually showing up in a place, but if they come, they can get you. You can carry information through them very quickly to places that you wouldn't expect you could get to.
Okay. So that basically correlates with what
Right.
I already know.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure everything
Yep.
is the same.
Yep. Okay, so your squirrels, among the squirrels that you have, Alvin, Theodore, and Simon are your sergeants at arms.
Not Albin.
Alvin, not Alvin.
Hello, man.
Okay.
They do speak in the high squeaky fast voices.
So how goes production?
Exceptionally well.
Alrighty. Have we made any sales? Or is this just all private?
Well, you only have your small portion that you were sending to the Heathers for their kindnesses of the past.
Yes, of course.
And you always trade buds with them.
Yeah. Those Heathers, they really love those psychedelics.
I don't know what you're talking about. They've fallen to really liking the really mellow stuff.
Oh.
They only save the psychedelics for the festival.
Oh. So I think I gave Mary something a little bit more than what the Heathers usually go then.
You just gave her a berry from what you said.
Well, it had the same Heathers emblem on it.
Oh yes, but you may not know this, but they fall into the Green Veil.
What?
They're now about life and keeping things alive. They go so far as to make sure they don't step on ants, for fear they might be harming someone.
But life and death are eternal.
But death is only a process of getting to more life.
What have they become? Oh my gosh.
On the other hand, we do have a source for these for a target for your psychedelics. It seems that the Navy has gone to using forms of burple and alcohol to assuage the crewmen on long voyages.
Oh. Say, do you have a captain that we can go to?
Captain of the Squirrels?
Well, I mean, captain.
Yeah, his name's
of,
Rocky.
No, I mean captain of these sailor vessels.
Oh, there's. I mean, are you looking for like an overall admiral? You could talk to the Florentine government for that.
No,
You'd be surprised how much we're selling to the military.
Perfect. Any admiral in Florentine or
In Florence, I think you go through Sassarine's a closer port.
Caesarea?
We won't have quite as many governmental prying eyes. Remember, Florence is a city under the Red Veil.
Under the red, you say?
Absolutely, control. Most governments these days either fall under red or black, and they don't like each other, so it tends to be a bit of a chess game, if you know what I mean.
It always is, Alvin. It always is.
I'm Simon.
Thanks. BP. They all look alike to you. No, it actually was all probably when you first started talking, but because of
Goes
their
off.
attention span.
And the next one.
This one comes up.
It's like Doug on Luke's
Nice.
10.
Oh, and the one business that we still have with Jadaroon is they are still buying flowers.
Wait. Is it the queen that is still buying the flowers?
Well, the government requisitions them. It seems that they've returned to their Tink roots and are building stuff, and depending on the flowers to be imported to keep the Shelta happy among them.
Oh. I was hoping the queen might be calling upon my services.
I haven't seen any requests from her desk, but a little squirrel hand on your hand goes, I wouldn't worry about it. You can move on.
All you need is me.
Oh no, they're not smart. They're no better than that.
She's married, right?
She is married now.
Has been for 15, 20 years.
But she was the most beautiful gnome I've ever seen.
That's true.
Beautiful gnome you ever known.
All six.
You're reaching now. What's that?
All 6 gnomes you've seen.
Exactly. All six of them.
gnomes. She was the most beautiful.
Nice. All right, Mr. Board. Anything else you want to check on? Oh, there is something that has come up.
Okay.
You should be aware of. There's now a potential for us to profit from liquidation.
Oh.
Inconvenient people. It seems that Tenerife has now made a deal with Florence to start the possibility of selling insurance.
Interesting.
And so in the city, not here, but there, they've already started to allow the legal execution of your enemies, knowing that they can be brought back.
In which city?
Florence,
Florence.
the only city. What are you talking about? We're just a backwater out here. I mean, we're making good money, so I'm not complaining, but I'm just telling you. The real action is going to be in the city. And there, they have 6 guilds.
Oh. This lieutenant has never betrayed me.
It's Alexandros Veer's never given you any trouble at all. He took your position for that one little period where you were out of contact, but as soon as you came back, he immediately surrendered it back to you. And he's run a clean ship while you've been gone. And once again turned it back to you. It's a little weird how he's so Johnny on the spot.
Somehow I've lost.
I think you killed his family.
Veer?
I'm fearful.
Did I?
No.
No.
Oh, no.
No, the only thing you did is you trusted him enough to let him go down to Sasserine, if you recall, and make the deals with the Grandmaster before you went down to see him. When you guys went down to make your contact for Chicken Scratch.
Strange name, Chicken Scratch.
Well, that's because they named him about wherever the place is, whatever reminds you of the place. And it's a chicken house where they put the
Oh, wasn't that where there was a portal there or something?
that. There wasn't a portal. It's where you get the badges for your Vanguard. You feeling a little bored with Alexandros? It sounds like.
No, I'm just. There's no scores in the city.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no-
been quiet. It's been quiet. There hasn't really been any influx of anything really evil for better than 20 years, so we haven't been complaining too much. We just were able to slowly shut down the last laughing until they agreed to join us. You met with the Jill last week, so
I don't trust this. I don't trust any.
that it's quiet. It's too quiet.
Yeah.
Mr. Listless,
Yeah, there's
you're downtown. There's shots for a lot more than the flashlight. You realize.
Well, I haven't got beyond that yet.
I know, but you walk down there, you're beelining towards the guy that sold you the flashlight, and there's a guy with wind up soldiers. They're about that tall, and as you walk up, you see him. He winds one up, and it literally does that weird little goose step where the robot lifts on each up step. His little leg swings out, and as they march, their arm on the one side goes up like this, and then the other arm has got this little tiny weapon. Looks like a pig sticker with a weird knife end on the end of it, but it's not centered. It's off on the edge of the barrel of whatever this thing is.
Huh. We'll make a mental note to put him down as one of the owners of a militia in this town.
And as you walk by, he says, "Care for a demonstration of the newest in home defense?"
Yes, I would.
Oh, please step right up. Have a seat. Oh, you're pretty tall. You probably want to sit in the back row. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be representing the newest thing for your home. These are known as Subject Ones. Ears across the country, all open up. Imported to us from the Nimblewright Corporation by way of Mavu Imports. Subject 1, and it comes marching out of its little box. And it gets to the edge of the stage area, the play area, and he says, "All right, Subject 1, 10-foot perimeter, defense."
Humara gets a chill down her spine.
Wherever you are across the city.
Wherever I am.
It brings the weapon off of its shoulder. Aims around. Perimeter prepared. He says, "Yes, ladies and gentlemen, with one of these in your home, you no longer have to worry about those pesky halflings that break in. We understand There aren't a lot of them in this area, and so far we've been safe. But we understand that with the increase in food production, the halfling population will increase. As a matter of fact, several restaurants, I hate to name any names, but the Silver Chalice has added second breakfast.
Dungeon! Remember Dungeon?
They're not here. No, we're praying to God they never get to 11sies. But at this point, just be prepared for the new influx. Get yourself your subject ones. At a cost of only 100 gold pieces, they will protect your home for the rest of your life.
Can't you buy a home for 100 gold pieces?
Well, yes, but this would be your second investment.
Yes, you naysayer in the back.
Big naysayer.
Um,
In the background, you just hear naysay.
Oh, and he says, oh, and you haven't heard the best part. These units can be customized. They can be the barbarian, and this little female warrior comes out with the double braids and double hand axes, with a crossbow with a bow across its back.
With the, like,
Yeah,
the,
just
the breast armor.
yes, of course. So all these different cliche
Characters.
character classes
Just
basically
like
come out.
the chain, like, skirt.
No bikini.
And the most interesting now, for those of you that have really affluent tastes, the Eldrin, and one comes flying in on a little piece of wood.
well, this, I'm in the crowd. Alright.
Right.
Okay.
At 100 gold pieces, who would like to take your first order?
I will take one,
Which model, sir?
point to the one that looks like the Revolutionary War soldier with the bayonet.
Oh yes, those are especially appreciated these days. After all, it does represent the recent independence. You may have not heard about it, but Neo Moria has recaptured its old name, Mariah, and they have liberated the nation from the evils of the Pony Empress, giving them freedom and independence for the first time ever.
Huh. Well,
100 gold pieces.
Alright, mark that off my character sheet. Makes me feel safer already.
Excellent. It has a roughly 4-hour operational recharge cycle, where it has to be placed in the sun. Usually, people put it in an upper room where there's a window, and that's more than sufficient.
Alright.
It weighs about 25 pounds. Like a little puppy dog.
Nothing to you.
Alrighty. So I will continue on to the flashlight man.
Okay,
Alright, I have brought along the flashlight that I disassembled.
the pieces.
Yeah.
He says, "I'm sorry, sir. It's a as is purchase. We can't do anything for you."
Warranty is voided.
Yeah, clearly you opened it, so the warranty is voided.
God damn it. Alright.
You saw that coming.
You got it for free.
Put it back
That's right.
together.
Just put it back together.
I know.
Alright, I'll try and put it back together. Do I have to roll percentage or an intelligence check?
It won't work. The silver
yeah.
stuff got away. Remember?
Alright, okay. Can I get another one? This one broke.
Oh, absolutely. They're 150 gold pieces each.
How do you justify charging that much for a little light stick?
Because of the insurance requirements.
Insurance, what's that?
Oh, we've had several of these come back, and the Tenno's laws make us accountable for the ones that have caused physical harm. There was somebody that tried to drink some of the silver stuff. Not a pretty sight.
Alrighty, this insurance you speak of.
Oh, you don't have to worry about it. It's a one-time purchase, and we're not liable once you buy it.
Can you show me how these things work, or do you not do that?
Sure. On, off, on, off.
No, I mean, like, how does the light come out of it? Is it...
Magic.
I will accept that answer as the truth. Alright, I'll get another one.
Another 150 gold off your character sheet.
And another one.
No, I only sell one per customer.
Alright.
Unless you're going to buy the Spotlight version.
That I will do, because
Okay, it weighs 40 pounds.
all right. So that's.
It's
200
this big around. It's about 8 feet long. And the
Okay.
button is about that size. So you have to use both hands to push that.
Freaking IMAX projector.
I can just see he's going to buy it just so he can do bird symbols on the other wall.
Does it do any radiant damage?
We hope not.
All right.
It hasn't been tested for that, but we don't know.
What else do you sell in this little district besides
The
these
trinkets?
things? And
Oh, lots of trinkets. He says, watch this. It's got a piece of metal, looks like a ruler. Slap! And it wraps around his wrist.
Put those in here.
mind-boggling.
Not only that. Check out these shoes. Slip.
Shoes.
Yeah, with Velcro.
Oh, not moon shoes or
No, oh no. Oh no. We're not about real tech.
I'll
We're
just
talking.
pull out my purse and just start dumping gold out.
So you're gonna roll a d12 and add 4 to it.
Okay. I'm gonna buy like.
That's what I'm rolling. Is the random number of items
One
that he's
of them.
buying. He's gonna come back looking like somebody went to Disney World. So we'll let 7 items. We already got 3 of them described. So we'll deal with the others in a minute. We'll come back to you with the rest of the fun stuff you buy. Okay. You wake up off the good berry.
Yep.
The world seems a lot calmer and peaceful
Yeah.
than you remember.
I cried myself out.
But
and
you
it
do
won't-
as you do roll over though, you feel the heavy square object, a rectangular object still.
Oh yeah, I have to hide that somewhere. She'll find a place to hide it right now in her room.
Okay.
she'll
Okay.
have-
Given that your room is a pallet on the floor and a mattress, more than likely you're just going to stick it under the mattress.
Yeah.
So then you
And
go.
put a pillow on it so it just.
Yeah. So it
makes
doesn't.
floorboards.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
And there will sit till I can find a better place.
Right. And then you go find out who else is still in the house.
Yeah.
So
So she comes out.
Allie's rolling a fat one over there.
What is Allie doing?
She's made a cigar. She's smoking on this
Ritual
really big
casting.
cigar.
She's rich.
In what tradition
A
is she?
cigar.
A cigar.
So there.
I didn't want to call it what they call it colloquially, so
Jazz cigarette.
the jazz cigarette.
Air
Yes,
The-
but as I
My
say,
grandpa said it was
Oh,
called the
one
Devil's Lettuce.
backtrack only.
a fatty, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. She
You
left.
keep batting her on
She left all her best
It
things
just comes out of
and
like,
her holy symbol
Uh huh.
to her other cleric and told her
Right.
that she's now in charge
Right.
of the church.
Okay, so she walks out in basically brown clothes.
Yeah. Just very simple. Hi, where is that room?
Hi, yes I am.
yes, I am. I have no idea.
Well, you know what Kush is.
Oh, he's in the treehouse
Talking to squirrels.
talking to squirrels, as he does.
Nowadays.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Were you talking to me? I'm sorry, did I miss something?
I didn't really say anything. I just made a noise.
It's the sound of her heart dying.
It's
Have you ever noticed how bright this room is?
a bright. What is?
This room.
This is a new experience.
Right.
Letting Umara play high. This is fun.
She's a little giggly and a little bit more
Are
outspoken.
you
Everyone in the room is
taking
over
that?
18 for clarification if the audience.
Viewer
Two of you look young.
Maybe.
Viewer discretion.
You're not?
is with-
Oh God!
What was that? I missed
Quiet. I may have to stop the stream. Stop it. How far back? Okay, you're off again. We're good. Do not lean forward anymore. I thought you were 18. Oh dear.
I'm at the ATF. I've been undercover this whole time.
Oh, great.
Mary is 17. She had a birthday, didn't you?
FBI agent comes to the floor.
No, he's actually talking about his
Stealing-
physical ages.
Oh.
That's
That's
what.
okay. Nothing's wrong with your age. You
Yeah.
have plenty of more
Stop.
years. than
Stop.
I do.
Stop.
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 You're
My
Stop.
age.
Okay. Anyway,
Oh, I think I might have blew out somebody's speaker.
that was rough.
Nobody's left. In
That
there
was rough.
except you and Push. Well, that's a lost cause.
Yep. Cord said something about a flashlight.
A what?
You said
Something
about flashlight. You
A
said
brighty stick. That's what I said.
Right, the light
Branded.
that flashes. I don't know why I said flashlight.
Okay.
Just
because
makes
you said
sense.
flashlight. You did say flashlight.
Oh. Should've said
As a
teenage
player.
A
girl.
light stick.
Light stick,
Light
yep.
stick.
The light thingy.
What was that? Because she didn't see him with it.
Right.
She wasn't in the
Right.
house last night. Or earlier.
yesterday.
She was at the temple.
Okay. So you'll be the
I'm
next.
going to go out. She said, I'm going to go out. I don't know when I'll be back.
Okay. As you're walking out, you'll see Jace coming back after his day at the library.
Oh, you're awake.
Hello. It's good to see you.
She's not wearing any of her raiments at all.
Are you feeling better now?
Yeah. It's just something I had to work through.
It's a phase.
Anyway, I don't know where anybody else except for Kush and Umara. I want to call Umara, but it's
Umara.
Umara.
She responds to that as well.
But she seems as high as Kush gets. So I'd be careful.
How bad is it this time?
It was that big. And that long.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
William Leonard's in the room.
Hold yourself.
Well, I don't know where everyone else is at. I've been at the Blue Theater the whole time.
How is it? I mean,
Jim.
20 years we were gone.
Yeah.
They got more books.
From the books I read, everything seems to be the same.
Can I go there to read books?
I believe it's a membership, but once you pay a membership and sign a bunch of paperwork, you should be able to come and go as you please.
Oh, yes, that's something I can do. Thank you. I'll go sign up. But, well, first I'm going to go out to some place and I'll be back.
You and your entourage are coming back. They're complimenting you nonstop on what a fine job of adjudication you did all day, and it's so glad to have you back. And we're hoping to see you at the ritual the ritual expulsions tonight.
The what now?
The expulsions.
Who are we expelling?
Those that are deserving of becoming part of the nothing.
Oh, this is some white veil stuff.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to do a little bit of a rain check. I'm still getting my bearings back in town.
Absolutely. I totally understand why you would want to have nothing to do with it.
Okay.
We will be appointing a new person to the role of naughty, if that's okay.
Naughty?
The naughty one, yes.
Who was
Stands
the
at the
naughty
door
one?
and checks the list twice to make sure whether people are naughty or nice.
He checks to make sure if they're himself?
No, naughty as in he, not N-A-U, N-O-U.
Okay.
If they're worthy of the white veil, they are
Trained.
naughty.
Named Naughty.
Okay.
If they aren't, then nice.
Right. Right. I'm going that way.
Mhm.
Have fun tonight.
Are you sure you don't need any assistance? 'Cause we'd be glad to stay and help you with any small details that you need to work out.
Trust
Quid
me.
pro quos, any documents you need to create.
Trust me, I need some time to get my hands on things and to work things out at my pace.
Sure. And it's so glad to have you back. So glad to have you back.
I get the feeling.
And as you separate away from them, here comes Mary walking by.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she doesn't have her armor on from the paladin. She doesn't have her clothing on. Just regular street clothes, and they're brown.
Are you going incognito?
No. Not really. Just
Just
why
you
not?
just is your stuff all dirty? Wait, no. If your stuff's dirty, I can clean it. Prestidigitation. It's one of my specialties. So I keep myself clean.
It's no longer mine.
Somebody stole it?
No.
'Cause I can deal with that as well.
Yeah, as Tenno, I can hand it down.
She looks at you. And then she puts her head down. She said, Zephyr turned his face from me. I'm not his cleric any longer.
Not to sound accusatory, but what in the
You just did the ritual last night.
What in the actual blue blazes did you do?
That's worth a
Before-
BP.
Thanks.
Before the ritual,
BP?
well, Zephyr was there when I first went in the afternoon
Right?
and told everybody that we're going to have a high ceremony in
I
the
remember
evening.
this.
Okay. He was there, and I was telling him that I had brought back a book from the other time.
Right, I look around, is anybody around?
No.
The Bible.
Well, that book.
Yes.
And then he said, well, what is it? I said, it looks like a book about a dead god. And he said, are you hiding it from me? And I said, no.
That's a good idea.
Okay. And so he said, I can bring it to you. And he said, okay, fine. And so I went back, and I got ready, and then I brought the book back. We were in the inner sanctum, and I opened up the box and I hid the book in, and he asked me about it, and I told him something it said.
Okay.
But I also told him that what it said was something about what he had warned me about, so I was asked, he warned me about something about the word, okay? And then he said it would change things.
So,
And I opened up the book and it said, well, it said something. And he just, the room went black. He yelled no,
he yelled no.
no, and he was gone. That was it, he was gone. I tried a divination, later I tried an augury. He's not there for me.
I have several interesting avenues, but he said no.
He shouted.
Shouted, no.
Okay. I want to know about
BP.
I was gonna say
I know you're hurting Miri, but BP for that.
I know.
It sure wasn't like, no.
I know.
It was
I know Zephyr is a god, and you worship him in a blue veil-esque pattern. I know he's one of the old gods, but he was absorbed into the black veil. I think he would be more okay with you kind of doing what you want. In fact, it would almost be contradictory for him to try to limit what you can do, other than by saying you are
I
unlimited.
have no powers.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. I tried.
What have you tried?
I tried the divination.
tried divination and augury.
Well, okay, no offense, but if I tried doing that, I'd also get no signal because I can't cast those spells. But then again,
You have to take her
hold
back
on
to the
one
house.
second.
You going back to the house?
I walk over to a wall. I put a piece of cloth in my mouth, and I hit the wall really hard and give myself a.
He injures himself.
I punch the wall really hard. Ow.
Comes
Okay.
back bleeding.
Fix this.
She'll try.
Okay, so all you can fall back to is the skills they tried to teach you clear back in third.
No. Forget the bag. Fix this.
I can't. I don't have the power.
Stop saying that. Fix this.
Stop trying.
She'll try.
Yeah, by the power of it, then nothing happens.
Free your mind.
There is no spoon.
I grab. I kind of look at it for a minute and I let it hang for a bit.
Ow, that damn hurt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. I did it myself.
Yeah. I was gonna say they would not even let the stone fall upon his foot. Remember? So.
Yeah. He said no.
He screamed. And
Yeah. Now she says. Now she extends it as a scream.
Wait. Here's what I'm not getting. He's Blackfin. He's a wind god. Those guys are nuts. They do whatever they want. Why would he be mad that you did something at all? I mean, unless it directly contradicted him, but I don't see how recounting what happened in this
Ancient book.
Well,
Bible
he
had anything
had
to do with
warned
anything.
me about something about the word.
What word?
Well, that's it. He just said the word. I got it was kind of a warning. It was a divination, and you know how everything is usually in riddles.
Right.
And then he
annoying.
said after that, he warned me.
When I get
about-
to be up there, we're gonna fix that.
Oh, this is
No
a great
word.
conversation, by the way.
He warned me about the word, and so,
I thought the mortals loved
and then he
runes.
said things will change. You know,
And
I
then
guess
she's-
if
And you read from the Bible.
well, the exact
Passage.
passage that I said is
Bit.
Please don't.
Okay, listen. Whatever you said. Stop. If whatever you said caused your God to say no for a really long period of time, imagine what that does to me.
Could
Come on.
do.
Come on. My point is, it sounds like you did the thing he explicitly told you not to do. But
he asked
but,
me to.
but here's the thing. Gods, even the most chaotic ones, have at least some reasoning behind what they do. So why would he ask you not to do that?
After the fact?
No, just in general. Why would he ask you not to read the word?
He didn't ask me not to read it.
That's right. He never said she couldn't read it.
You warned you about it. Why would he warn you about it?
He said
But
if you before you guys went back, the prophecy. Maybe you're trying to get her to say what the prophecy was.
No. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it was kind of.
I'm trying to piece together some logic here.
Okay. The prophecy simply said, when before you guys went back to third, she asked an augury, and the warning was, if you find the word, beware, for it will change things.
But I found the word. I guess all
Clearly.
these words.
Yeah.
And she brought the word back, and in particular, the quote had to do with the word. That part she could say without actually saying it.
Mm-hmm. So.
The words I read had the word in it.
I wonder what happens if I read this book.
And there was a loud crack of thunder.
Oh yeah, you might want to mention that part.
Oh.
Actually, everybody heard it.
Right.
It was before the
It
ceremony.
was before the ceremony.
Just before the ceremony.
I
She
know-
walked out there and gave that ceremony after this had happened.
Tell you what, it turns out that I may have injured my knuckles a little bit. I'm going to head to the temple of Zephyr to see if I can get it healed.
My cleric is
Yeah, the cleric is there.
the cleric is there, and she's
I'm
now
assuming
the
she was
priestess.
powered before all this happened,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, good. I'm gonna head that way. I'm going to look into this. Okay. I'm not leaving you alone in this matter. I know you and I have two different approaches to this topic, but by God, we belong to the same topic.
Nice.
Thank you.
BP for that one too. Okay, you're back at the house.
Hello.
It smells like somebody's opened the hot box.
Prestidigitate some of that scent away
Okay.
as I walk.
Wait.
Allie walks out. Her wonderful braids aren't braided. Her hair is down. I mean,
It's your day off.
Oh man, let her hair down in front of you. You know what that means?
It's just like, Chase! And I avoid your hair, but I do give you a big bear hug.
all of a sudden,
man.
it's also it's immediately reminiscent of a very long ago age past.
Yes.
And I let go.
Wow.
I do let go at that point.
You got your hug?
So was today your day off from Lucia?
Well, I need to do this every now and then to keep But I know you do magic your way, but I do magic my way.
I don't remember.
Wow.
being
Wow! Wow! He's a magic man. Yeah.
I have a D20.
I like how you guys waited for both of the holy people to be out of the house. It's good planning.
There we go. I do have a gem for my dragon.
Hey, excellent. Nicely done.
It's a Padparasha sapphire. They're that red orange.
So, how long have you been at your rituals?
Since the other chick left.
The other
Other chick. Nice. Now, since before the other chick left, because
Since before
you took,
the
I don't know, sometime after dawn and before the chick left. Because you really wouldn't know, because you've been at it most of the day.
Her concept of time.
Has been somewhat diluted.
I mean, it's been 20 years since she's done
your
this, so.
ritual.
It's almost done.
I'll leave you to your ritual. I'll be in my room if you need me.
Hello to Jace.
I'll be in my room if
I
you
pat your shoulder because I know you don't like
Because
to
of
pat
your
head.
because of your small animal language thing,
Uh-huh.
as he walks in, you're practicing some of your new bird calls.
Ah, I can feel that.
You totally feel that. And the room got a little frosty over there. About that in a second.
No, they're a little hot. I'm angry hot.
I did try out my new my tree house from this timeline.
Inspired.
Nice. Nice. I think we totally need to share this with the stream, so when we get done, you'll need to photo it and send it to me so I can put it up on the page as
Oh,
well.
no problem.
That's awesome. I see that it was built exactly to scale.
Oh yeah.
Demographics are uncanny on that.
But the as as I go through, I like to practice more of actual bird shaping
Okay.
with them as I study them.
Okay,
and
so
everything.
while you're watching, right there in front of you, because he becomes a penguin, and then a kiwi, and then an ostrich, an emu, and ends up as a wren.
Majestic.
There's byards. I have a byard coop.
It felt good.
I have a byard coop.
You,
Oh, I thought you said you practiced your byard poop. That's what I heard. I swear.
There's this whole house. A whole house up there just for byards.
Who knew?
a house of byards.
Yeah, and what are the branches like? There's a whole nest of them.
Wow.
Oh my god. I wonder how far I could fly. They had so many light bones and everything. It was just crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot easier to fly than the one I built.
So it looks like those. So they're not supposed to have tails.
No,
the weird.
Because remember the last time you
And the
turned into
furry
a
legs.
byard,
It had the furry legs and the long
and
tail.
to ferry me, it was very uncomfortable because of that tail.
no, they don't have like the whole lion tail and mammal legs
weird face.
and the weird face. No, it's
Oh.
just all.
Well, arguably, a puffin has a pretty funny looking face.
They all
Yeah, if you look at a dodo bird, you know, that has
Exactly.
So, by the way, Umara's had a ritual. I don't know if you wanted to join her on that.
I knew that. I thought that squirrel was just jipping me. I knew production was light. Oh my god.
So I'll be
Simon, come back come back. You're off a break. It turns out it wasn't you.
No, that was Alvin.
Oh.
What can I do for you?
Give Umara some water. 'Cause she...
Got it.
Yes.
I'll give her some water. The good kind, right?
Yes. She is going to need some.
Oh, she's going to need it? Should I give her a double dose?
Sure.
Okay. As he goes away, go ahead and make a perception check.
Struggles between you and the relationship of your higher being. Someone stole my weed.
Are you also making the check?
Yeah.
23.
Ooh. Yes, you hear him as he mumbles as he goes away. Oh yeah.
We have the high and the low.
We have worse tonal shifts than the first Hunchback of Notre Dame.
8 ounces of purple. Got it.
30.
Yeah, 8 ounces of purple. Got it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is your squirrel winking?
I know. This timeline's awesome.
So she's in there going. Actually, no. I hate to say this, but I know a guy who did this when he was making saliva bubbles.
I'm trying to remember how purples sound.
Yeah. So they drag this this squirrel comes in pushing and struggling to push this big 32-ounce stein, if you will, just full of liquid. Grape juice. The boss says you need grape juice.
Oh, some little dude, I pat him with my big fingers on the top of his head.
Ain't had that happen before. Just go slow, okay? Don't drink all at once. She winked back, and he wanders off.
And I do the very exaggerated, like.
Yes, of course. So did he. Yes.
The
Okay.
nature of faith. Trying out new drugs.
It's just nature. You just have to say nature.
There's like a guy.
So are you going to sip it, guzzle it, or chug it?
I'm gonna nurse it.
Okay. Okay. It's a nice rollover from the nice mellow side to this hypersensitive side. Because you remember what Burple does, she actually will come walking out like pulling the flowers out of the air. She walks out to the main part of the house. Not the main yard, around the house.
She
Alright.
smells pink.
You were completely Gordless. They've actually told you how long it would
sea
take you
major.
if you went by Mariensteed. It's only going to take
Pink
you
smells so
3 days to
good.
get to Florin if you wanted to go to the city.
Reminds me
No,
of
her
roses.
problem is
How much would it be to get an airship
Oh, to rent or to buy?
to buy?
Oh, well, we have enough in the coffers if you want to get one. It's only about 2,400
Only
crown.
24?
2,400 crown.
wow.
You say we have enough?
We have 20 years of investment. Are you kidding?
All right.
Do you know how many of the nobles here are into us for better than 10 grand each?
Okay. How long till it's delivered?
It depends on which manufacturer you want. If you want it man-made, it'll take us about probably 2 or 3 weeks to get it out of the factories up in Northland. If you're wanting one of the Dwarven makes, it'll take us a little bit longer, but they're more efficient because they run on the powder. And then finally, if you really want one of the Primus ones, that's going to cost dearly because we know of only 2 skiffs that have ever been captured.
Stips?
Skiffs. SKYFF. It's a kind of vessel. And they're kind of small for what your purposes are.
Yeah. Which one's faster?
Which one you
It depends on how much fuel you burn into it. The dwarven made one. Actually, let me rephrase it. The Tink made ones are fairly fast, but they take a lot of fuel. Whereas the other ones operate on wind power and basically use music to get airborne, spells to get airborne.
Yeah, I'll buy an airship.
Which one?
The dwarven.
Okay, so it'll be 28 days from now. So couple weeks in actual playtime. What do you want to do in the meantime, boss? I know you got to be going board courtless. You want to go to the recruit meeting? Do you want to see how we're doing recruiting nowadays?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, you ready for the other 4 toys you got?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, you have a hat with a propeller on it that turns as fast as you think about it.
Oh, I'm gonna let that come up later.
Of course it is, but it actually you just wear the hat and it's in the colors of the prism, so it's all 10 of the veil colors, even though there's only supposed to be 9, because the hat is it's ecumenical. We don't want to offend anybody, so.
I'm gonna put down veil hat.
Veil. What's that called?
A copter-
Veil.
copter hat.
It's a veil. It's a veil beanie copter.
Beanie copter.
Wind up
That's right. You got your
Terminator.
Boy soldier. What?
subject one.
Okay.
Let's see. The other things you would have would be a
New flashlight, a spotlight.
IMAX projector.
If you can't remember, there is Beanie and Cecil.
a solar parasol
And then you have a helicopter.
that lets you recharge
Mhm.
your flashlight, and a pair of springy boots with heavy-duty springs to be able to allow you, with your weight, to actually utilize them. They increase your height and jump distance by a factor of 4 feet. They do require a dex save, but you look like, and they're styled so that your feet actually look like Herman Munster's feet.
All right. And also, I'm gonna get 10 of those snappy things. Cause
Oh,
they're
nice!
flying
Thank you. I'm glad you got this. Everybody's gonna need those. That's totally gonna be a Nycos thing. I'm gonna have to get those for the website because everybody's gonna want their snappies in the colors. That's awesome! What a great idea!
What are
I'm glad you thought of that.
Slap bracelets.
Oh, the
The
bracelet?
snap bracelets, the ones you that is, yeah, because that's awesome.
Does one of them have a ruler on it?
One of them have a ruler and one of them have to say NASA on it.
So,
It's got to. Okay, so now I gotta go start doing merch. All right, so you've wandered around because the one thing you forgot to ask specifically was how to get to the Blue Crater Academy since you hadn't been there in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And so you were wandering around. You'll actually find yourself actually on the wrong end of town, not knowing that, but you pass a archway along the side of the street made of beautiful ivy where it's got the letters Heathers written in flowers.
Well, I was going to go to the academy, but I'm here. I'm like, well, I mean, he was very kind. And so I can certainly thank him for his kindness. So I'll go ahead and go in and see if she...
And as you walk through the doorway, a group of 4 birds are carrying a green shawl, similar to the one that you're currently wearing, and they come and drape it over your shoulders.
Well, she says, well, thank you very much. I guess now I fit in.
And you walk in the next room, and there's a guy dressed similar to the guy you saw earlier today, but it's armor that he's wearing, but it's Lincoln leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
How may I help you, travel?
Well, I was talking to a gentleman earlier, I guess one of your Heathers, because he had a necklace with the 3 gold rings on it.
A man wearing 3 gold ring?
Yeah.
You've seen him.
She saw who?
Viridian. I'm sorry, Viridis.
There it is. What does she know? Isn't he your like paragon?
That's a nice and bland form of the name. He's deity. He is that which lives. He is that which gives life.
Well, he was very pleasant and kind to invite me to come down and.
One thing about our order is that we have no enemies. We embrace all forms of life. We give life in all things. We are constantly growing in number, but we are enough, for we are the many. Anywhere you look, you will see life. Even now, thankfully, in the skies, as a bird flies by.
But he walked with me.
He will always walk with you. And your demeanor suggests that you might be of a priestly order of the past, perhaps?
I was.
Or were you lost?
I was forsaken.
You are forsaken no longer. He puts his hand out. You put your hand out, puts his second hand on yours, and says, "We are enough." Please repeat after me. We are enough.
We are enough,
For we are the many.
for we are the many.
You are now of us.
Thank
Welcome, Mary of the Vale.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will certainly come again.
Feel free, but don't feel like it's an obligation. One thing that's really important to realize is that wherever you are, simply look around. You will find life. And our obligation to the world is to give life.
Thank you very much. And your name is?
Oh, do you remember what his name was from your list of folk way back when you visited the Heathers? I know you were in a bit of a stupor back in those days because you were finding out what your tolerances were. I remember that was your thing back then.
Oh, he lives an interesting life.
How much GP did I spend?
1,000.
Okay.
Well done. Well done.
All right, so the Burple's bringing you down a bit.
So it was a downer?
Well, no, it's actually hyper real. The thing was, you were so far down that it had to kind of bring you back up.
Oh, okay.
So you're right. You're not right.
Counterbalancing you.
You right now have found what Pink Floyd always talked of. This is the moment when you are truly comfortably numb. You are truly at one with the world.
You ever just notice that we're never beings, we're just doings?
Wow.
No. Wow. That was.
The no was the big part there. She's actually sitting in the living room talking. No! But that was so profound. Stop it!
You are too high to be that deep.
But
Those
I don't have
shoes
any.
Okay.
are telling me I'm too high.
His name is Anton.
Anton, okay. Anton, I am Miri. You seem to know.
Yes, I am a bard of the Green Vale. My full name is Anton Verde.
Pleasure to meet you. We have a member of art amongst our group.
Oh, you should bring him to the sing-alongs. It'd be great.
I'll see if he would like to come. His name is
Jace.
Jace.
You know Jace?
Yes.
Have you ever heard him sing?
Yes, I have. And rare.
Is
But
it
I
is
have.
is his singing anywhere as good as his speeches? Because his inspirational speech last Flood's Day festival was amazing.
You know something? I don't think I've
That-
ever heard him speak, but I have. He is my companion amongst the group.
You can't help her. You can't help her. Was that? Yeah, it is. It's amazing. We just look forward to hearing him again this coming Floods Day.
Okay, I'll tell him. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
She's feeling better. She's not exactly sure what happened, but she's feeling better. And she'll head on to the.
They
Oh, she does ask where the Blue Academy is. though.
Oh, yeah, that's way on the south side of town. You won't make it there before sunset.
How did I end up here?
It was probably fate, density, or maybe you just took a left turn when you should have gone right. It is a circle after all.
It is an object with enough sides.
Until I see you again. Good time for you. Good.
And if we never see each other again, just realize we are all of life, and you will not be lost, even if that is the case.
Can I come to speak to you again?
Absolutely. We're here every day.
Thank you. And she heads out.
Except for the week after Floods Day, which we have to close the doors because we can't let everybody in that wants to come.
But when she
Okay,
gets
so
back,
you're back to the house. Everybody's back to the house finally.
Yumara's finally
When I
like,
come to the door,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna open it quietly so no one hears. Put the soldier thing in and tell it to guard the house from everyone but me, because I'm gonna see how well this thing does against a party of players.
You say, guard this house against anybody but me.
Mm-hmm.
Please remain here. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually went over to the. So I'm not in the house yet.
Okay.
Just
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I
Okay.
am at the house.
Okay,
I
you're-
see
you're
everyone
at
You're
the
about to have a
else.
really smashed toy.
You're,
Oh,
you,
wait.
you hear. Well, actually, you see it coming more than anything else, and you hear the little winding of its mechanisms. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. But you also hear it saying something. Go ahead and make a perception test. Everybody in the house can make a perception test.
I think I would have dice to use.
Ramadeus was here for the first one. Ralgrim will not be here for the second. Let's hope you roll not 20 again.
A bat 20, you mean?
Yeah, really.
Ooh,
Anybody
okay,
above a 12?
Okay.
Everybody above a 12?
Oh yeah.
Okay, what you basically hear it mumbling is 49, 48, 47, 46, 45 as it's walking right towards the center of the property.
Flashback.
Well, it's a wind up. It's an automaton, and it's walking towards you, and it's little bitty.
I run and I grab something like ball, anything.
Okay, so you reach for a weapon and approach it.
Oh crap!
As you reach for it, its little weapon arm comes up. Make a dex check, please.
Ah, crap.
Dex
Cool.
check is 15.
Advantage.
It's at advantage, so you get to roll twice.
Thank goodness.
Danger sense. Or half Wolverine.
Yes. Oh boy. Okay. Thank goodness. That's a modified 20.
Okay.
Hey, do you acrobatics?
It fired a weapon at you. The weapon shell hits one of the squirrels, and basically blows the head off of the little squirrel.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't even just like.
We're about to have a very,
It literally-
very mad gnome.
It's just powdered. Yeah, it just powdered the top of it. Little red mist.
Ah.
You forgot that what kind of weapons it might have.
Oh, I thought it would just use the bayonet. Oh my god.
Yumara actually starts crying, grabs the Maul, grabs
The
the
squirrel.
subject.
Or you have to run to the squirrel. You have to run to the subject. He's still walking towards you. Other people get to respond to him. You just literally, as you picked up your maul to head towards it, it vaporized the little guy because you made the dex save. Otherwise, it would have gone through you.
I like the image of Cord like sitting outside the house like,
I should've just, like,
and then it's like, bang!
What was that? Oh no!
I'm just get rating this 1 out of 10. Terrible product.
Oh my god.
Oh
You're
my
gonna hear
God.
it.
You see it, you immediately flash back to Subject Zero. Except this one's smaller.
You killed Ken.
And he's got a weapon in his
I
hand.
already know it's Subject Zero.
You killed
It's
Ken.
driving
Come on,
me insane.
say it. You were going to say it.
So we full.
You killed Kenny!
Get your own flashlight.
I cast blight on it
Can I hear this?
for con save.
It's a
Can
robot.
Can I hear this?
Yeah, let's say it's automaton not targetable by that's
It's immune to necrotic.
nothing happens.
Oh my god.
Could I use Wall of Force to enclose it?
A wall of force does allow you to set dimensions, right? You can set it as a circle or a sphere or whatever.
It's a 20
Up to.
up to a 20-foot sphere.
You just need to know
Okay, so you can make you make a donut out of it. I just want to make sure you can make the different shapes. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So you make a toroid around it. It bumps into it. It's still counting down. 35, 34.
Can I
33.
hear all this happening?
You just heard an explosion.
Well, I'm gonna start hiding all my other stuff in my bag.
Okay.
Alright.
Back to you.
Current objective: survival.
I wanna run up, just like full force run up.
And that's fine. You run full force into a wall of force. Bang!
No,
Bounce
no,
back.
I'm gonna grab it.
No. He put a wall of force around it. You couldn't see it. It's a wall of force, and it's completely around it, so you can't get to it.
What?
Is it gonna stop it from doing the explosion?
I wanted to make it a spear to.
It's a donut around it. It can't be a full dome because it would walk through it because it would be already in it. So if it's a wall of force, in order for it to work like a wall of force, you'd have to actually have a wall function to it. So therefore, you built basically a donut around it.
So it does not come in the top.
No, but it'll blast straight up. If it did blow up, all the blast would go straight up like a small cannon.
It will be reenacting the events of Mythbusters when they were testing out what would happen if you overheated a water heater.
I wanted to do a.
I wanted.
I wanted to do a from a spear, but.
Okay, so a hemisphere
So-
creates an impermeable space.
Yeah, well, because if I place an object on the bottom, it would lift it, but it's okay.
Well, instead,
It'll
with
explode
your,
through the
with your
floor.
wall of force, I could do a wall of water.
And just fill the space with the water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to you.
Who brought this conflabbed frock?
How did it know where we live?
Oh yeah! Oh
I
yeah!
didn't know what was
Whoops!
How did it get inside?
How did it get inside of it? Somebody had to have sent it. Okay, no, your immediate thought would be Mavu because he's the only other person outside of you guys. Because Jackson wouldn't do anything like this because he's not.
He wouldn't do anything like this.
No, look.
Okay.
Core's
Did
just
you pull
sweating
something?
bullets
What?
outside.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
oh god,
I have to
I'm gonna
the
get
whole
dusted
time.
again.
What did you do?
I was in my treehouse. What did you do?
What did I do? I was high.
I'm gonna-
Come on,
Leave me
come on,
alone.
come on,
Can I
come
come
on,
in?
come on,
I was doing rituals.
What?
I'm gonna come in. To the
You're gonna
house.
come. He told you not to.
Oh wait, he did.
He said, "Wait here." You gave him the instruction to clear the house, to make the house safe without you.
Is that what I said?
That's what you said.
You wanted to
You
test
said
it.
guard.
You wanted to test
Guard the house against anyone except me. It walked in the house, went, oh shit, it's full of people except him. I gotta clear the house.
Exactly.
It's an AI. It's not
21. Action.
It's not a standard program.
I get away from it because I know what's gonna happen at this point.
Well, you're outside the wall.
I know what the prototype did.
Am I there?
We saw the wind chime warning.
Yeah, you're probably. Well, no, you'd be coming back about now. You come walking up behind him. You see him stuffing stuff in the bag.
He's stuffing stuff in the bag.
No,
Cool.
he sees
Outside the
him.
house.
I go cord.
He's
Huh?
he's not
Sweat. It's like,
there. Beads of sweat.
Right
Just,
there?
What's your action?
I'm
You should come back away.
back away.
I'm
Anything?
fine. Are you okay?
This
Are
your
you okay?
equation is going.
How are you?
Nothing,
How
right?
are you doing? in these
I'm
days,
gonna
you seem
mourn
kind
When you,
of
Come on,
down or something. What's that about?
Insight check.
Forward,
I could freeze it.
I mourn the loss
Oh,
of
great.
Kenny.
But that might hurt
Nice.
us.
That might hurt us.
That might hurt us.
If it's above a 10,
I mean, if it's
it'll work.
if it's an
Yeah.
explosion, it
What
would
are you doing,
just be
Steele?
water
Check his
everywhere.
pockets?
No,
He's
he's
inside.
lying.
It's submerged in water.
Lying to me.
How much
That's not
force?
smart.
Come on,
How much force is
11.
in this?
I mean,
Well,
it's
you lying to me.
water.
If you'll step in, you'll
I think this would work.
experience 3 as
Hope
my
it
blind.
works.
I hope it works.
4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! There's a shot of water. Basically, the shaft of water goes rising into the air and becomes like this little cloud. And you guys quickly, a damp rain falls on you. And then the tiny pieces of metal start falling, sprockets, gears, and maybe half of a face.
Tiny pieces of metal.
Metal. Metal.
Half a face.
Whatever they're doing in there, like, it's up to them. You know, I was out here putting stuff in a bag for 30 minutes. They just start messing around and stuff.
Why'd you lie to me?
Yeah, it's not working. It's clearly not working.
Sense motive.
Okay, you guys gonna go check for outside now that the
Yeah.
damage has been averted? And you guys didn't get rained on, by the way. The blast would have gone. Oh no, you would if you'd been outside. So yeah, there'd been some rain.
Oh boy.
I am solemn and angry. And
Okay, I get it. I may have bought an object. Then I may have told it to attack the rest of the party.
3 of them walk
I-
outside.
Yes, all of them start walking out.
I grab him by the shirt. You killed Kenny.
Who?
You.
Kenny!
Who?
Kenny!
Who's Kenny?
She's holding up the squirrel with no head.
Squirrel.
Oh.
At least we got rid of those stupid paper walls.
Well, no, not actually. No, because they didn't make it to the house.
No, we
Oh, okay.
They blew it up outside.
we contained it.
Wait, then how did Kenny die if he was in the house?
He wasn't in the house. He was.
The treehouse is outside.
The treehouse is outside, so you were out underneath the tree. Oh, by the way, for clarification, she's got all her hair hanging down. She looks like Mama Cass right now, as far as the moo and the love beads and the powder under her nose and the slight tinge of purple on her lips.
We need to get out of here. This place is destroying us.
That's what I've been saying.
I bought an airship.
It's how about
Oh.
program?
Where are we going?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
where are you?
What about Rogram? Oh yeah, Rogram, you were going
I'm
to
okay, we're doing this. I
Sure.
was heading over to the
Blue Veil for
Temple.
healing.
Yeah, Temple of Zephyr.
Yes.
Also known as
You
Blue
see
Veil.
them. You see them basically shoveling out big buckets of mosaics, like broken off the walls.
Try to hide my injured hand. Hello. I was wondering if I could speak to your cleric.
We of Zephyr can handle any problems you have. By the way, they're all dressed diaphanously, if you remember.
Yeah, you're right. I took a feat for this.
Yes.
I forgot where I was going with this.
You spoke to Jenya before. It's fine.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
water
yes.
under the bridge. No, I mean, you had a cleric. I believe this person was Miri's second.
Oh, no, she's now the high. You mean the high priestess?
Right. May
Yes.
I speak with this person? Or is she?
Sure, she's in there doing most of the shoveling right now.
Oh, may I walk in. Hello.
She's busy shoveling bits
Her
and
name
pieces
was
of.
Celestine.
I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't ask.
Alright, was it Ariana?
My name's Raugrim. You're probably aware of who I am.
And I
Probably didn't
am
introduce myself.
Celestine of Zephyr.
So, as you're probably aware, I
And
am.
show the wounded hand.
Yeah, I'm more than capable of fixing this. I accidentally closed the door on my hand. But I figured I needed a good excuse to come down and visit the place of worship of a friend of mine. And just for fun, I thought, could you fix this?
Of course.
Fixed it.
Mhm.
So how has you're the high priestess now?
Yes.
What happened to Miri?
She had a crisis of identity. She babbled something about saying the wrong words and left. She appointed me in the position and said this is my obligation now, and I'm far away from being a high priestess, but I'm the best we've got to work with for now.
Well, clearly you're contributing about as much as you can. That came out wrong. Clearly you're contributing.
Oh, thank you.
I know. I'm not part of your veil. I'm not part of your faith. But
That's just it's okay as long as you don't change things. We're fine.
I'm segueing into something. Is there any way I can enter your sanctum?
You're here. It's not prepared right now.
Miri. What?
It's unable to be used right now. The images of Zephyr have been destroyed.
They were all wiped out.
When did that happen?
Last night before the ritual.
Oh.
The lights went out, and we went and found her, and she was rather shaken. She came out. And,
She didn't look particularly tired, did she?
well, no, but she left here shortly after performing the rituals.
Oh, okay. Just
The rituals felt a little hollow, but everything went off as it was supposed to. All the candles were lit,
that's good.
and all the wind chimes were rung as they were supposed to.
Is there any way I could kind of be alone by myself? I just.
That would be unadvisable. You are, after all, White Veil, and you're here potentially to finish the job.
Okay.
And by the way, just for clarification, just so you know, white, blue, and she's not officially blue, but white, blue, and purple don't get along.
I haven't really shared this with anybody, but allow me to share a personal ideology of mine.
Okay.
I wear white. People look at me as if I am a white veil. But to say I follow the ideology, to say I worship it in the same way that you people do is...
So you would say you have nothing of it?
There are pieces of it that I would keep, and there are pieces of it that I wouldn't.
Well, that's a good sign in that if you're not a complete nihilist, that naturally some pieces would serve you.
You don't understand. It's not a matter of belief for me. It doesn't matter what I think I am. It matters what I am. The wing bit, the staff.
Oh, you do have wings. I hadn't noticed.
Yes. So it's
Those
not
are
belief.
real?
Yeah,
May I?
I would be very annoyed if you take a feather off.
Oh, no, certainly not. I'll even
Okay.
use the back of my hand.
I lean in.
It is enough.
May
Feel free.
I?
She leaves the room.
How do I pray? I never thought I'd ask this question.
You've been on the receiving end of all of these. You have no idea how they work.
That's it.
Dear Zephyr.
Okay, when you do that, as soon as you do that, you hear a very low, just a whisper on the wind, and a voice says, "Drop the hands."
Oh shit, that worked. Oh, pardon. Usually I meet you guys in person. I'm a friend of... Oh, I probably shouldn't begin with that. I'm an associate of Miri's.
I know you.
Yeah, we met. I
No,
forgot.
I know you. I've had several conversations with your uncle.
Oh, how is he? I think he's a
Pretty
little
upset.
mad at me. Yeah. Should patch that up. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about
Yes,
him.
he said he really was offended because he thought you were treating him like a pet.
Yeah. I'm here to actually talk about your former High Priestess Miri.
What do you want to know about that wretch?
That's it. I listen. People who you were absorbed into Blackveil, right? Or am I misremembering that?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I have been here for 20 years as
Right,
a
right.
priest, as the deity Zephyr for my congregates. This is the only nation that still follows and remembers me.
Oh.
It was by the work of this aforementioned wretch that my form here even exists.
Well, I'll get back to that. You're a god of wind, of change. I find your ideologies admirable, but I find it strange that you would disallow her from learning about old
I
God.
didn't disallow any such thing.
What did you disallow then?
I didn't disallow anything. The fact that she spoke truth into power.
Truth into power? You mind?
I really can't. Because I honestly can't say the words. Because if I say the words, then
Then it gets worse.
I cease to
better.
exist.
Well, that's a matter of perspective. Ha!
Aha! Thank you, White Veil.
Yeah. No, that was a joke.
No, I was just taking it to the next
Yeah,
level.
yeah. That was a joke, and some people wouldn't want you around, and some people would. Anyway.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. But it gets worse because of the fact that you are a White Veil.
Again, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what you did was right, but
Do what? I'm barely here.
Any way I could fix that, other than letting the people outside continue
just
construction.
let them do their job.
Oh, how did she? So I know she built the temple, but I feel like there's a little bit that goes more into a temple than just building a building.
Oh no, it definitely is. It's the number of people that followed because of her,
Oh,
and the fact that she has fallen away is going to just devastate us.
so you're going to need a replacement.
I have one now in Celestine.
Okay.
I'll grant her as many powers as I can to get this place reestablished. That's just the way it works.
Strange concept.
Well, why is that so strange? You should
I
understand if you're in a place where you are a celestial and you have the opportunity to make worshippers, those worshippers give you more power.
I was being coy. I was mimicking being given power versus just the theme of today.
Yeah, exactly.
What would this is gonna sound weird. You're not a redemption type of person, but what path would she have to walk in order to come back in your graces?
I really can't think of any because not only did she speak the words to power, she at the time that she stated them believed them. At least in some inkling, or else it wouldn't have worked.
What did and I assume you can't tell me what she did to you exactly. Because she clearly did something.
Okay, she did what you have always wanted as a White Veil.
I resent that.
I'm just clarifying. You wear white, and white is what I know. I don't know you. You are, quite frankly, not from here.
Yeah.
I know. Roll your eyes. Okay, but
I should have a change of cloth. This is starting to piss me off. I really should. Well, I suppose if you won't take her back, I'll.
I don't think you have to worry about her.
Oh.
She was never meant to be here anyway.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird. Like, she was a life clerk for all about rules, and then all of a sudden you adopted her. I thought you were pulling one of your pranks. I think you were. I'm not sure.
It was. You have to admit it was funny.
You
have to admit it was
on
funny.
some level, that one little like glowing piece at the bottom of my stomach thought it was hysterical.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Everything else was
That's
just.
what. No, you have to realize that's what I live for. I may have to wear the black, but at heart, I'm sorry. Blue Zephyr is absolutely yellow veil.
You're a wind god.
I am absolutely yellow veil at the heart.
I appreciate the conversation and the actual advice you've given me. This is probably the only time I've talking to a god in this fashion. It's a little disturbing, actually.
Well, that's only because you haven't used the sir that you usually would use with somebody, but you're showing me the lack of respect, which I greatly appreciate.
I meant like not the manner of which I speak, but in the.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know me. I focus on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thrown off by the fact that like.
That made sense.
This is a prayer, not a talk. Weird disconnect. I'm gonna head out now.
Oh, by the way, just for clarification, in any true faith, that is the truth. Their prayers are conversations. They're not pontifications.
I never thought about that way.
Welcome to Nycos.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate and the advice you've given me.
And the fact that you've gone back to legalism, I also appreciate because you recognize that we need to change things up.
I hope to talk to you again sometime.
Quite frankly, your White Veil, I hope I never have to speak to you again.
I'll fix that. And I leave.
Okay.
I wave at her as I leave.
So now he comes back. There's
Why
pieces.
is
There's
it-
pieces of robot. I mean, pieces of wind-up toy
Water.
and
All you
water. All
see
the grass is great. Grass has been watered out front.
Yamara, with tears streaming down her cheeks. He killed Kenny!
She's still got Kenny in her hand.
Alright, for clarification, Kenny looks like dinner to me. I eat squirrels all the time.
So
Were
you did
you
this.
hungry? Like,
No.
he makes food from magic. I'm a lord of this town. I could get you food.
You're just hunting for sport now?
Have
All
you?
you had to do
Why
was
is there,
ask.
why is there metal pieces
And then I
all
have
over the ground?
Like
Alright,
the bear.
I bought a device. The others
Only
told
one.
me
I only bought one device. Or are you going to try to hide the rest of them?
I bought some
One
devices.
penny.
One of them was a defense device, and I believed it was just like a tiny servant. It was not the case, and it may have
May or may not have killed Kenny.
yeah.
Who's Kenny?
she holds up the squirrel without a head.
They're quite attached to the squirrel.
I use the caster on the squirrel.
What?
What?
Oh!
Kenny!
That's right.
No, drop it.
I'll pick up Kenny. You drop the thing. He drops Kenny. Oh no! You killed Kenny.
I pick him up again. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It'll be fine. I don't do that. I don't know Kenny's voice. I'm guessing.
You could keep Kenny.
I do finger guns at you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I
What?
didn't do anything that time.
Huh?
You did
It wasn't
finger guns.
us.
What?
You know what that means?
No? I thought it was like a good on us
Oh,
thing. What
I
does it
just
mean?
saw it. The
That's a
toy
dust
do
sign. What are
that.
you doing?
Oh yeah.
I just saw the toy do
Hey,
that
hey, hey.
same thing.
It was a type of advanced home defense system. It wasn't a toy.
And it wasn't inexpensive either. How much did you spend on that bad boy?
100 gold.
100 gold.
Wait. Back up a few paces. You think we need a home defense system?
No, I
I'm
was
a
just
barbarian. Why do you need a home?
We're not always home. But you know who's always home? About, like, I don't even know how many leopards. There's more of them every time I look. I see.
that's nature, man.
Well, then again, his device took out one of the other rodents.
And then
so.
there's, like, several other different animals.
So
There's.
you're advocating for quality.
There's
quantity
Jackson.
over quality.
I'm just saying there's no reason for quality if you have quantity.
Especially one that destroys the property. I'm not there.
I'll
You come walking
Especially
back.
one
You'd be
that
back by now.
destroys the property.
Yeah, she goes, somebody destroyed the property?
So how much does it cost to join the Blue Academy?
No, as a green veil, it doesn't cost you anything. We're allies.
Oh, thank you.
We do require you to visit, attend a reading every week, though.
Okay, as long as I'm here in town, I will.
Sure.
When's the,
It'd be a speaker from the Blue Veil.
okay, when is that?
What is that?
When?
Oh, when is that? Wednesdays.
Wednesday,
Yeah. About
Okay.
6 p.m.
about 6 p.m. in the evening. Thank you.
You're just welcome to any one of them. You don't have to. It's not required.
So she comes back?
Yeah, and then she's not very far from home when she comes back, because
Yeah. But I did take all that time.
yeah, you
to
walked.
walk
You
in.
literally walked all the way around the city.
Yeah, I did.
So
She
you
comes back.
come back. Everybody's just now going back inside the property line.
It looked like a subject.
It was.
Oh, what?
That's what they called it.
That's what they
Step
called
subjects
it.
Subject
are
one.
bad.
What did they call it?
Subject.
Subject 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're selling them.
What?
What?
I might have to
They
start
moved
a
them out of
collection.
prototype into production.
I've only
Who
been here
is
for
they?
8 months. What's the
The
subject?
others. The really weak.
It looks like this.
Mortals.
Name.
Okay.
They explode.
He doesn't know.
I
Why
don't
would
have
they
a
do
name.
that?
I just bought them.
Bought it off from the street vendor.
They put their name in the vendor.
Oh, I said no. I said who
So
imported it.
Derek opens
That's
up
not
the
the same
door.
thing.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Goes, What happened?
Apparently something called a subject blew up. But you'll have to talk to these people about that.
How did it get in here?
I
They all
just
point. They all point.
It walked.
By itself?
Yeah.
It can't
Yes.
just walk into our house.
Okay, I
You
sat
can't
down. It started
find
walking
it.
of its own accord. Okay.
Right after you wound it up.
Just because
Right
it has
after
your
its
name in it
own
doesn't
accord.
make it-
Its own accord. That's worth a BP. I think he should get it just for saying
joke
it.
You made it better.
Because
than
he
I-
said it, you get it. It was your whoever said accord. Who was that said it?
You said it walked in of its own accord
That's what I
and
said.
repeated it.
Exactly. So, but because he said it, you get it.
Oh my gosh. I would like to apologize though.
For the fourth time
On
trying to
behalf
book us.
of the others,
Whatever.
we're making a. The,
Oh, the other side.
yes.
The other.
Are you telling me that you were peer pressured to send a homicidal
No.
subject
That was
into here?
my own doing.
Oh, that was your own doing.
Yeah, I pulled
Oh.
the fish.
Don't use that.
Are the 3 rings like in a triangle?
No, there are 3 separate rings of roughly the same size,
Here's a
but they
point.
link together in a certain. It's actually a friend of mine has a puzzle ring that does it. It's 3 separate rings, but when they lock together, they become one ring.
Ah,
So it's 3 bands, 1 ring.
okay.
Remember the lightning incident?
So is that their symbol?
No lightning.
That is their.
No,
Just a
there's
golden
lights
ring
and
that-
it's-
No, their symbol is just the green veil. That's just the representing Viridia. I mean Viridis. I keep saying
So
that.
just a green shield?
Any green color, green veil, green armor, green anything.
Okay.
Green goes with everything.
Except for her eyes and her hair. That's okay.
Is your hair
Because she
blue?
has aquamarine eyes and basically chestnut hair. You like red gold.
Chestnut would go good with it.
Red gold
There,
would be
the color
okay.
you're wearing right now would go good with chestnut.
A dark green would do. A very dark green.
Well,
Okay, so you're back at the house now. So now you can talk to each other about all the fun stuff
She
that you
has a
discovered.
green veil over her children.
It's in
Ahem. You know, I shouldn't really. I know I don't really have any place to talk about like fealty, but come on, it's been a day.
Have you no shame?
I kid. I'm sorry. That was a little bit of a low blow. I actually talked with him. That was weird. He's cool, I think.
Well, when I was coming home early this morning, I was walking with a man that had the symbol of the Heathers, and he told me that, well, we talked about many things, and I told him, he noticed that I was kind of down. And so he said some very kind things, and he invited me to go over and visit them at the Grove.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, thank you very much, because he had been very kind and was trying to see if I was okay, which I wasn't. So I went to the Vale. I didn't mean to go there. I was headed for the Blue Academy, but I ended up right in front of the green.
In front of the Heathers.
And when I walked in, these birds came flying by and dropped the veil on.
Are you part of a druid grove now?
Well, I went in and talked to the man there, and he said, I told him that I'd been talking to one of their people, and I described him, and he got kind of excited and said it was Veritas.
Is she a druid now?
No, she looks like she's of life.
Oh. Well, then as well.
Well, that's what he said. The man that was there that wasn't the man I met, or God I met.
We are many.
It's a weird day. Talk 2 gods in the same day.
It's been a long day. I think I'll go in and clean up and then, oh, I'm sorry I didn't prepare anything for dinner. She usually prepares dinner. She used to do the meals.
You know what? Never mind.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
she made really good berry soup.
That's how, she was a she was a farm girl. She learned to cook and sew and weave. And
what happened during your guys' days? Other than
you
this
know.
is
He
like
does. He can
D&D.
drop his bomb again because apparently it didn't
I
work.
bought an airship.
You bought a what?
I bought an airship.
You know I can fly, right?
Not all of us can fly.
Why do I? Wait, why do I?
It's not
use it?
always about you, Tenno.
I'm so rich.
You just bought it just because.
What are you gonna do with it?
You're rich?
No.
So what are you gonna do with it? Just out around.
Fly it, crash it into the city. I don't know. I just decided to get.
I would appreciate it if you didn't do that.
Yeah.
That would definitely be a.
You can tell him the definition of city change for you, though,
Can we
since you're
go
aware
on a
of the city.
vacation?
Oh, what's the?
No, the fact that the city is foreign, the capital. That's where the 6 guilds are. And
Oh, okay.
real action is.
Yeah.
It's like you've heard of Las Vegas for the first time.
Yeah. So apparently this is not even a city anymore.
What?
I think you and I have two different definitions of cities, but
I mean,
So what is it called? Is it like some small backwater village?
Apparently,
San Bernardino.
it's like there's at least like 1,000 people live. Like there's a couple. How many people live here?
We're closing in on 5,000.
There's like 5,000 people live here, man. Like that's a lot.
This is small.
That's a large town,
That's
right?
that's a city.
Yeah, that's
You guys,
that's a city.
medieval times, you didn't have populations this large.
Yeah,
Usually.
this is a city. Like
and we're
by like population standards.
Nothing's going on.
That's just what I heard.
Okay.
So it's not a city state
So
anymore?
Florence, the big, bustling real city.
Right.
Bustling.
Words.
Little tiny buses with wings
What
flying around.
season of the year is it?
Huh?
What season of
Jace?
the
Oh,
year?
it's heading towards fall because we're coming up on the rainy season, which means you're coming up on flood season, the rituals and such.
Oh, by the way, the bar that was there in the Grove,
Grove.
well,
At the Grove.
where the Heathers
Are you sure she's not a druid?
the Heathers.
If she turns into an animal, I'm gonna be a little upset. Okay.
Does she have to attend classes too, just like you did?
Yes,
Yeah.
identical.
Well, not
But-
identical. Not
Damn
identical.
it.
You're not headed for druid. You're headed for green veil priest.
Yeah, I'm headed
It's a
for Greenville.
But it was a class joke because they all. Have
Yeah, no,
classes.
I got that. I got that.
Yeah, I'm a cleric. That's all I am. I'm a cleric and a paladin.
Well, the Heathers used to wear this, so it would be fitting that they
They're
would change.
wearing this. They're in green. The man who talked to me wore all shades of green. The one that
Want to tell them how your day went? She's getting
Don't know
worse.
what you're talking
No, you
about.
went. I see she went and got munchies.
What?
You owe me money, miss.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, my furry friends told me that you've been skimping off the piles.
Oh, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
Damn it, they owe me 8 I mean, what?
I don't get paid in acorns, miss. I get paid in gold.
I think Cord's finally starting to relax because everybody's not paying attention to him.
Oh no, we
Yeah,
have to let you off the hook, mister.
You have been.
Can
You've
you
totally been
divine
ignoring him for a
smite?
few minutes.
Look,
So.
look.
In animal form.
I'm willing to pay for the damage. and stuff.
Let's focus on more appropriate matters right now. Like our house almost blowing up because of what Cord did. And not thievery.
Listen, both of you gave
I'm getting over it.
both of
I
you
almost lost Kenny.
larger
Someone restore her,
people.
please.
Oh,
No.
right. I was about to slap you, but that would be a terrible idea. I cast Lesser Restoration.
Well,
What's going on, guys?
and you just like you feel bloated because you've just been eating all this junk for
I hate,
Do you need me to fix your hair for you too?
hate this.
And you're like,
There you
oh
go.
my god, my hair's
Yeah,
done.
what am I doing? Yeah.
It's all
ugh.
wet too.
And
You did a
long.
thing with
It's
the
got like
red-
flowers. It's got the animals have put like beads and berries and stuff in her hair.
You said you were having a ritual.
Yeah. Don't you do rituals for
No.
your magic? No?
No.
That's not how magic works. I'm not that kind of a mage.
Yeah. Not that kind of magic.
Oh, okay.
She's still eating.
So you bought stuff.
Oh yes.
What else did you buy?
I'll dump out the bag.
Of course, when you dump the bag out, they hear so much metal clanking against itself. They all like leap behind chairs.
I don't know what really.
He runs
going
behind the
on.
trunk of his tree. So,
The hell?
Why did you buy more lights?
I bought one singular light.
no, you bought two.
What's that big thing right there?
The 8-foot long one.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is a better Ralgrim, as I call
I
it.
slide you 2
I-
points from your stash.
Will burn you.
I'm just saying, it has an off switch. You know.
Wow.
What have I ever done? You know what? Don't answer that question.
What have I ever
Don't
done?
ask that question.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
But aside from getting a bunch of other stuff, I also learned that Mabu is importing these subject ones into the city.
Crucius, which
Was he
What?
old or young?
No.
That shenanigan.
You do know. You do know. You
He
saw
was
him.
there?
We pointed him out.
Okay.
It's the old guy.
He was old.
Well, it's been 20 years.
Oh,
The
and
young guy could look old now.
There is that.
the
Except
soldier things were modeled after a rebellion that happened against some sort of thing. I can't remember.
He's not, he's completely blown he completely forgot it. Go ahead and make your wisdom check, see if you happen to remember.
Hey, no.
Nope, what you're saying is just about right. Yeah, there was this rebellion against the thing, and
Yeah, people died.
That tends to happen in
That's normally what
rebellions.
happens in rebellions, yes.
Yeah.
Rebellion against what?
he
Some
doesn't
sort of
remember.
queen thing. I don't know.
Well, that's more than I remember, but I expect you to remember.
Yeah, right?
No, that's actually pretty good. Some queen thing.
Yeah.
A queen thing or a queen of things?
A queen of things, it sounded like.
Oh.
That was my cryptic divination message that you can all figure out in time.
Nice.
You do.
Excuse
that
me?
too?
Yeah.
He's just trying to keep with everybody else. Everybody else has gone magic on him.
Just want to be magic, guys.
It's not a magic.
I no.
Okay, go and tell him what else you got there.
Oh, yes. My unboxing video. Gotcha.
I'll have to get you some time
I've
so you can
got
do that.
a-
That would be awesome.
I've got a veil hat here. It's great. It whatever number I'm thinking, that's how fast it spins.
Can I see that?
Here, enjoy yourself. I've got the
70 years from
the
Nycos.
thing you guys broke. It's all over the place here.
You gonna try it on?
Well,
We
wait a
broke
moment,
it.
Cord. Who broke it? Who undid it? Who lost the stuff? We actually have it floating still in that thing of water.
All right. I've got a thing when you put it in the sun, it gives power to my better Ralgrim. And I have boots with springs on the bottom of them.
They look hideous.
Why don't you just jump?
Take that as a compliment. What?
Why don't you just jump?
You have legs literally as big around as my torso. You need help jumping?
Yes.
Can I see the better album?
Here you go.
8-foot long flashlight.
How's it work?
But
You
one
press
big red
the-
button, you gotta use both hands to
You
push
just
it.
press it.
Light goes shooting out.
Holy crap.
And I have to
It's
say,
remember, it's towards the evening, so it's actually you can actually from here you could light up like trees down in the forest down in the Damon's Scar.
I have to say,
Oh, that would be great in a tunnel or a
I,
cavern.
See, you're proving your point.
I casually pointed at Kush. I casually just pointed at Kush, and then I pressed the button. Does that lead him?
So you have to basically hit it with both buttons.
I have to say, the last most impressive thing I got today.
Tell me what you know.
Look at these awesome little things. Look at them go. They just snap right on.
Where is
Like,
the
never
red
catch
cross?
They're
Where
like
is
cast
the
on
red
armor,
cross?
but for your wrists.
Where is it?
Are you trying to replace our friendship bracelets? Is that what you're saying?
No, no.
These are protectors for the friendship bracelet because you put it on over the top of it. It's armor for your friendship bracelets. Anti-flame. They won't burn up. The number of times you've lit stuff on fire, that'd be probably your best defense for it.
I had to determine what these things are made out of. What I do. I'll make mine.
But other than that, I mean, they don't protect very much.
Well, that's a point.
I love the way you cast your eyes to the heavens.
Someday,
Oh,
I'll leave this realm.
The twitch of the wings like the tips of the tiger.
Please.
before my ritual, I did do another ritual. Not one of those kind of rituals.
Yoda, I heard you like rituals.
Rocky told me that she remembers Kush being king.
Rocky.
Rek.
Rah rah.
Rah.
We just call her Rocky, okay?
Just call her Rocky.
It's just easier. It's
Oh, the
easier.
person you talked to about the bow thing?
Yes.
Oh.
No one else.
You mean the god?
Yes, that lady, the guy lady.
Rakesha.
I look up. I swear I love you.
Rasakma.
anyways.
Rasakma. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Rasakma. But she doesn't like that.
Rosamund?
No.
Offensive.
Yeah, but she doesn't like that stuff.
Who? The god? The god doesn't like god stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
God lady, excuse you, Aldo.
She's
goddess.
cool with me. So anyway.
I brought you back into this world. I can take you out of it.
I can send you home if you really want me to.
Oh, there is that.
Not like that. The peaceful
Oh.
way. The peaceful way.
And now we see how powerful your little robot was after all.
I'm a real boy. So she told me that it was a bow and that it was destroyed. There's shards left, but only. What was it? There's a specific thing that
She didn't say it was a bow. Did she
No,
say it was a
she
bow?
said it was destroyed.
She said it was destroyed.
She didn't
And
say
it
it
was
was
beautiful,
It was-
but then it was destroyed and Kush has won.
But it's shards now. It's a bunch of shards that
That
only
he
only the sphere of influence that King Kush has.
Still has.
Still has.
Sphere of influence. Who do you still know?
a sphere of influence. I mean,
Give me the sphere.
things that you have power
The
over.
actual sphere.
Give me the sphere.
I don't have a sphere.
You had the sphere.
Had.
You also didn't have the stone. We're gonna do this again?
Wait.
Because I can look at a character sheet. I bet I find it this time.
So what do you know, big boy?
I start going through his pockets.
Wait. I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
Where is it?
I'll give you a hint. Jadaroon, the first time you killed Vilantru, don't let him get the sphere. It rolled across the ground.
Oh.
Somebody picked that up and stuffed it in their pocket.
Yeah, that one.
Nobody else was around because you're the only one on that level with.
I left it at home.
But you remember it, don't you?
Yeah.
It's
So-
almost like the
Remember what
arrow
it did?
I needed.
Yeah,
I
kind
kept
of
on searching
Found it.
for, and you guys had it all
all the
along.
time.
So I go to
Room stairs.
go to the
Go up to your solarium.
solarium.
It's a paperweight sitting on the table.
It's in my book as a book.
Bookend, yeah.
It's holding up a chair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just recently watched that movie again.
Coming back down.
He trips and falls and breaks it. No, just kidding.
Jeez.
Don't do that to me, John.
Actually,
It's not fair.
it doesn't
nuke
fall
the
far
entire
enough to
town.
break.
We had
You
time.
like see me in certain windows.
Yeah, because he's
down.
coming down through.
Coming.
He has to hand it to a squirrel so he can climb out through a little hole and crawl down.
Can anyone else actually get into that thing?
If they're small enough.
Yeah.
Or if
So
they
no.
use Dimension Door.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if they've been there before. So he has to let you in first.
so no.
Oh, I've been there. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, no, you were in part of it because otherwise you wouldn't have got into the stash.
Yeah.
But you don't tell him that. The squirrels
Yeah.
took me. Ixnay on the Earl Square.
All right.
There it is.
This thing.
Fundamentally like a snow globe. All black on the outside.
And that is the sphere of influence.
It's the last sphere of influence he has.
Yeah.
So this,
So I remember that. What did it do?
well, apparently it can find
Give
shards.
a map of stars.
Made of a map of stars.
It's the stars.
They did the stars on the ceiling.
Yes.
So I make a wall of stone so that
So you can see it.
so I could see it and turn it on.
Okay.
Ding.
The entire
Ding, ding,
surface
ding, 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 ding.
glows of a single color of orange from your spell, but there are sparkling bits hovering in the air between them.
Hey, listen.
This thing does what?
It shows the stars.
Stars.
And then it makes
Destroys
blinky
lights.
things.
You realize that literally what's sparkling are the bits of dust, the ambient dust in the air that are still here from the explosion a few minutes ago.
I beat my wings a few times to get the dust out of the air.
Okay, well that would just increase the amount of dust in the air overall, and there's just waves of the light that's sparkling.
Yeah,
through.
It-
real pretty
does
looking
it
amount of
hold
stars
time?
going on.
The
This
whole
does-
time?
Real accurate math.
Oh, it doesn't. They're literally colliding and bouncing off of each other. It's like an asteroid field, not a star field.
What about the globe?
Globe's just sitting there, active. Whatever it was, he physically turned it on, and it. And what you find interesting is that each of the little particles is being tracked by basically a light coming from the surface of the sphere.
Yeah.
I put my hand in the way of one of
As
the.
soon as you put your hand up there, it's going to do like an X-ray of your hand. You'll see scintillating colors flowing through your skin surface. Different colors at different points.
It's a magic finder.
Well, why is it finding magic? What has it found? There's magic in this room.
I put the.
My hand in it.
I
Yeah,
put,
same.
I present the Alacaster to it.
As long as you put the Alacaster over the
Nah, I just kind of put it like cattywampus next to it.
Okay, it's gonna show as having in particular a brilliant spot of brilliance along the edges of the spear blade, the point tip. But the entire thing emanates of I would just say it glows. It doesn't have a specific color because it's not specific enough.
Cord. Give me your hand.
Okay.
I put
Cord's hand through it.
Cord's hand.
Yep.
I'm gonna put the.
Cord's hand glows?
Even Cord's hands glow.
Oh, you're magic now. You don't have to. Just
Hey.
I'm gonna put the veil hat that I got today inside of it. The whirly hat thing.
Okay, at the very tip of the top, there's a little tiny bit that shines very clearly the indigo color.
Indigo color?
Yeah, deep blue.
What color is the shard?
So
They're all different colors.
Yeah, they literally are all the different colors of the rainbow.
I,
why? Okay, why is this important enough? it just finds magic items. You do that in your sleep as a magic spell. Why would this thing be important enough for a specific god to mention it as your last sphere of influence?
Because maybe it's magic-y or magic.
That sounds like a barbarian answer.
Manifest magic again?
Crap.
It baffles me.
You saw how I did my ritual.
She has people who came long before her do it for her. No offense.
No, that's true. That's how I learned.
Didn't you need
But
this to
in
become
orc camp.
king?
Yep.
Well, I needed this to become king, and
This
and the
rod
scepter.
And the scepter.
Where's the scepter?
Upstairs.
You see another going up, going up again. And
Through
it's
window,
the
same
other,
door.
the other book end of my books.
She wasn't there 3 things you needed?
Oh, yeah, the other one you can't get to.
As I stop, you see me on the 2nd floor.
He goes, wait. You went and looked. And then you remember,
Like I open it up and it's not there.
you remember why it's not there.
What's the third thing?
My crown.
Where is that?
On somebody else's head,
It's on
right?
someone else's head.
Huh, I wonder what his coronation ceremony was like.
It was faked. That's what I know.
Well,
Maybe
I'm
you
just
should make a deal
I'm
with
just
your
saying
ex.
maybe you should give those things to him. It would help legitimize his rulership and like put
Why
you in
would
a good light.
legitimize him? He was a twerp.
Well,
Well,
Opinionated. Green is at least opinionated.
in our timeline, maybe, but maybe here, it isn't, you know.
well, in this timeline, his ex still remembers. She's pretending, right?
No, she doesn't remember.
Well, then you either give him the items or you take the item from him.
Well, why don't you make a deal
Or you
that
just-
she can't refuse?
Ooh.
Or you just leave the stuff
Maybe
here.
somebody's claim to the throne is greater because he has 2/3 of the requirements. Just saying. That's Jackson. Jackson would do that. Just listen, one inspiration thing, and
Oh.
then wander away.
Hey.
From the mouth of babes.
Good idea.
Well, that's if you want
I mean-
the throne back.
Oh, there's that point.
Of course.
Wait, what?
You didn't want the responsibility.
I mean, when you don't have something, you want it
More.
back and more.
How old are you?
Older than me.
Well, since it's been 20 years, I'm now 40.
Wait, you're 40?
But you didn't pass the 20 years.
Very young.
For being a gnome, you're 40?
You're
Very
41.
young.
Oh, that answers a lot of questions.
That does answer.
But he isn't 41. He's only about 7 months older than the time, or 7 days older than the time that we left.
Well, that means you're 21. God, you're young for a gnome.
You're
This
a
is
baby.
my- Yeah, I was put in a box and
He was shooting
sent
shit.
out.
Explains so much.
Yes.
I literally still had my birth animal with me
Huh.
when you guys met me.
It all makes sense now.
Huh. Nice.
Wait a minute. What was the thing you were doing back in Bridgeton?
What?
Hmm.
Wait, so are you saying your ex was a cougar?
He's a druid. That means so much more than you meant to
It's
say.
a little, I think that's a little bit worse than a cougar. I think
No.
I think that's critical, Robbie.
She's a druid,
I've
so
been-
an actual cougar,
Yeah.
but I mean like
Is that critical
I've
robbing? Or-
I've been with cougars. I mean, she ain't no cougar, I'll tell you that.
You're awful.
How old are you again? Don't answer that question.
I mean,
Don't-
no
Earmuffs.
one cares about your erotic fanfiction, okay?
what?
Nycos,
Thank
after
you.
dark.
Everybody's ears are bleeding.
By the way, that's the thing now. There is in the Discord, I put together the bazaar, which is Nycos After Dark. So you guys
Visit the bazaar, folks.
get your Patreon membership first, so you get qualified.
And your merch.
Man.
And the merch. That's coming soon.
The merch?
Sooner than I thought. Were we selling veils? Are we selling the slotty veils?
Listen, what I visited Jotaro, and Jotaro is now industrial production distribution and
Is that that's a bad thing?
It's not bad. They're being productive now.
No, not production, distribution.
distribution of it.
What are they distributing?
He doesn't know.
I don't know.
So they
Wait,
all
why do
have
you
jobs
not
now?
know?
I wasn't.
They wouldn't let him
Oh,
in.
right, they don't know you're king. I forgot.
They wouldn't let him in.
Finish the tour.
Or
Wait, they gave you a tour of the plant, but the first thing they didn't tell you was what they were distributing?
Right.
That was a garbage tour.
how much did you pay for this?
Did you get your money back?
I didn't pay.
That explains it. That explains everything.
Yes, you did. You played
What now?
So
I figured out what to do with this orb because a
I
god
need to
mentioned
find
it, so it's
shards.
important enough to do something. What?
Well, I need to
Well,
find the shards.
If
It's in your sphere.
Wait,
of
you need a what now?
influence.
I need to find the shards.
What?
No, not the shards.
No?
No, you asked for beauty.
Yeah, but
Beauty's not a shard.
But there's it broke into shards.
It went to splinters of shards.
Oh, splinters.
Little tiny, and then it was pushed
Wait.
through the blender. Remember?
So
Wait.
it's the dust.
So she mentioned that you need to
Dust.
find splinters of a shard
Yes.
So
and the
dust.
orb in the same sentence.
Yes.
So I need to go to.
I know where a splinter is.
No, it's two separate questions. Ended up with those two answers.
I need to ask more questions, so I want to do that once a day.
Wait a minute.
I know where a splinter is.
But you have to remember.
You need-
But you have
you
to
know-
also finish it with. And I can't ask any impulse questions because it ruins my spell.
You know where
I can't get too excited.
you know where a splinter is.
Yeah,
Where?
around my wife's neck.
I would be terrible at like 3 wishes.
Do you remember a while ago there was some confusion involving you two and her over talking with an individual? You remember how a couple days afterwards, I talked with this individual? You know how I was a little bit like confused after that point because there was something going on that they were doing that I thought I would need to start doing as well. Do you remember that at all? Those conversations, anybody?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, first it was Marion, and
Did
then
you know that what the others were doing was finding those shard things, splinters of shards, and that they're going to do something with it? Right? Do you remember? Did you know that?
John, no.
So you're telling me
Just now?
wandering
Really?
You're telling me that we've been wandering around with this rattling in the back of my brain, and you've had this thing, which can detect
Almost
shards
internally screaming.
this
Could
whole
be.
time.
Should be. And I'm
And
sure
we've
that,
been
I'm sure
gallivanting
that
around.
someplace else there are many other people that are just now going, oh no.
That have been gallivanting around, dealing with Bridgeton and various other events,
and
when we could have been
storms
dealing with this
Would that be a wisdom
thing.
save?
directly.
And there was a question in there, Kush.
Several questions.
Just unlock it and
Kush,
wisdom
it's
save.
serious.
Okay.
I'm going to...
How about a little bit of seriousness?
Okay, so Nate needs a quick recap. We are at 9 o'clock, so let's do a real quick recap of where we are, then we can continue this conversation. The recap is this. The map that you see in front of you is basically the area that they are currently in, including the city and its environs. Something caused them in the past to go literally thousands of years before now. They got involved with some things. Miri decided to bring back something she was given while she was there, and other people tried to steal something that was left back there. Suffice to say, they came to now, and it's perfect. The world is just as it should be. Go ahead, everybody shake your head, because about a third are saying yes and the rest are saying no. That's about normal for Nycos. So now they are discussing an object that they've had in their group for over a year.
Yes.
That they had literally put it into their stash and didn't think about it.
Somebody put it in their stash.
But the thing is that when they found it, they turned it on and it did what it just did, which is it put sparkly lights in the air. So they put it away. now somebody says that they have to go to Kush's sphere of influence to find beauty,
Okay.
for whatever that means.
So here's what I gathered about what this shard does. It creates that magic powder thing that we were mucking about with that was in that flashlight, except it's a powder and not that liquid thing. The other were gathering this stuff. The other used to also, decimate whole towns.
Wait a minute. So you're saying if we get this, we can have infinite limb?
We have
Wow, there we go.
What's
You-
that?
Mm.
We have an explosive one in
Okay,
a
so
basin.
in an earlier campaign, we had a bard by the name of Gil, and I hadn't thought of his name until just now because he was the guy that would sit around just like Sam does, sit over here and kind of be quiet, and then all of a sudden a flash of insight would come to him, and he would drop it upon the party. They became known as Galactic Leaps of Logic. So. So we now have to come up with a term for. I guess we'd have to say that it is. I am totally incordulous that he came up with that.
No, it's in accordance. Accordance to.
Maybe it's just Discord. Nycos, DnD, Discord, or Nycos, the Discord.
Now, what did he drop on us?
He just said, so we're going to use this sphere to concentrate more limb. So he jumped from seeing powder, seeing sparkly bits, and
What
into
happened if
creating
the
a
limb
liquid.
was nearby it?
You haven't tried that yet.
Go
We
get
haven't
the
tried that.
bowl.
Okay,
Go
I'll
get
go
the
get
bowl.
the basin.
Okay.
No, we're going to prevent other people from
Or
doing
the
that.
basin or the bowl?
So
The basin with the bowl in it.
You're
Yeah,
not giving
so
your directions.
get
It's
the
10 other
whole
stockpile
Yeah.
weapon, right?
Yeah, I get the whole thing.
Okay. So she comes walking in, struggling with the big basin, trying not to spill any of the water or slush it.
It's like you're singing
No,
my-
it's the dexterity.
my
It's
soul.
a barrel. You're carrying a barrel,
Okay.
and you don't want the bucket.
Okay.
Remember him and his dumping the.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to do
Hey,
that.
we
So
don't
you're
talk
trying.
about that.
I know, but she's actually carrying. You will go over. And it's the same thing. She's carrying a barrel with the limb in a bowl floating on its surface.
Too young for this, okay?
So she comes over. So you got the limb.
I point it so that it's,
You turn the sphere so that the light shines on the bowl.
yeah.
It's really weird. The bowl shows as being sparkly, dusty bits, and the space where the limb is doesn't appear at all.
Like it's vanished.
Like there's no parts of dust inside the limb. Like the limb is not got any crystal in it.
Wait, where's the crystal thing that you had? Wasn't there a crystal part?
Yeah, it's gone. It was the item stolen in the past.
Okay, notice
Now,
notice the sparkles in the clay or in the
in the
pottery
bowl.
bowl.
Yeah.
Fucking-
It's
I grab a random piece of silver and I put it in front of it.
Even it has some, much less, but it does have some crystal in it.
That's useless.
everything in our world has it,
Well,
Except for the silver stuff.
except for this silver stuff. This
Because the
land.
silver stuff is not of this world. I don't know what it is, but it's other stuff.
the point is, this limb stuff's powerful. Things that create this limb stuff can create powerful things. The people who were leveling cities were trying to find the things that could create limb. So originally, I was thinking of ways for us to pursue the shards, and then other things came up, but I kind of forgot about it. Now we have that method. Anybody feel like going on a crusade?
Quick. I think the person in the stream needs to. He literally just walked in. So character name, class, real fast. Just go in a circle.
Cord, Canva.
Set up so you can see it.
Fighter. Goliath.
Cord the Goliath.
Mary the cleric.
Hi, I am Allie. I play Yamara Brightwood, the
Yeah, it must have a really good
barbarian.
camera.
Read that from here. That's pretty good. Of course, you can later on. You can watch it in
8K.
Ooh.
Enhance.
Realgrim, Divine Soul Sorcerer, Asmar.
Human.
Jace,
Human.
half-elf Lord.
Kush, gnome, druid, rogue.
Rosema, human, rogue, sorcerer.
Clarify both human as well.
Yeah, human here.
And I'm the cast of thousands.
You're the rest
The
of the
default is
world.
human, okay? If you don't say anything else,
GM, God, the master.
No, I don't know. I leave that to other people.
Well, what does this do then?
what?
My scepter.
It's pretty.
It's pretty.
It's
my
just
God.
it just legitimizes somebody's role. I don't care. I'm a little
Does
bit
it-
above that.
what do you remember about the rod?
Ladies love
Not
it.
much. I know.
You had to hold it.
Don't you have that magic thing that does the
Sip
thing
Bizarre.
where you
He could identify.
Classic
Yeah.
Kush.
Classic Kush. Carry something around for months and not know what it does. Throw it in a bag. Leave it there for months.
Do you have it identified? Fine.
Okay. All it does is the magic tells you it's a funnel.
Mm-hmm.
It's a funnel.
Spelled PHUNNYL.
So it's fun.
Put the stick on the ball.
There's no place to connect.
Just
You
tap
have
it
to touch them
together.
together.
Kush, do you still have your little rocket machine blender, the dematerializer thing?
The two of them. The two little ones that you took from. You know what we're talking about.
A long time ago.
Oh, I think those might be up in the attic. There he goes. I'm
Can I go
thinking.
with you
I'm
this
seeing.
time so I
I'm
can
seeing the
teleport
Monty.
in and out?
I'm seeing the Monty Python sketch where the little cartoon is being pushed across the image.
To the top
What
of it.
Jace?
It's like Mario Brothers when he goes.
Now,
up
you
there.
don't have to go with him. He just goes, just a minute, coming down. Uses vines and tosses it down. The vines catch before they get there.
And then bamf.
Two small
Oh, I remember those.
Two small ones.
devices.
I don't know how these really work. So
Well, why did
don't
you?
kill us, please.
Was it when we were in
It looks like
Shadowrun?
the funnel
It was Shadowrun.
might attach to that small intake. Roll percentage dice.
Oh boy.
Just a second before you roll.
Done.
Oh yes, we
Done.
know how this goes.
Oh, no.
And you're doing it in the house.
They made me.
I thought we were outside.
Yeah, we're doing it adjacent to the house. This thing's go nuclear. It doesn't really matter if you're in or next to.
Hang on a second.
Fair.
Gotta get to the page here.
Spirit
Thank
shield.
you.
Roll a 20 sided dice for me.
Spirit shield on Kenny.
BP.
Just a regular roll is a 18.
Okay, so you're gonna roll percentage dice, and you're gonna tell me whether your number is higher or lower than mine.
Roll really low, so.
Oh, for clarification, after you've rolled the first one, you have to do it a total of 5 times correctly to connect properly. So what'd you roll?
59.
Is that higher or lower than my number?
Come on, dude. Dominant strategy. 9 above average.
Now you're giving them the numbers.
Mine is higher.
Yours is higher. Yours is not. Roll a d6.
2.
Everyone make a constitution. I'm sorry, dex save.
Good thing I'm bad at those.
Dex
Right.
save.
Danger sense?
Sure.
Am I bad at those? I'm bad. at those.
17.
14.
That's much better.
Okay, it had to be a 16 or better.
I made it.
Those that failed.
Exactly 16.
Those that failed, with the exception of Rogrim, are instantaneously blinded for just 2 rounds. In the case of you, since you're around radiance, it's not a big deal.
Mean.
I was closing my eyes as I turned the
Yes,
last.
I don't know.
Everybody got eyes still? We're all good?
A couple people are blind, right?
Raise your hands. Raise your hands if you can't see.
I can't see my eyes.
He's looking real hard too. Oh.
How's your flashlight now?
Is it your eyes can't see?
Robin, I think we may have
You
just
wanna-
took him a little.
I'm
Do
not
the other
confused
one?
by that. I can't see.
Ragham's thinking that more.
I need a restoration after this.
Okay, try again.
Fucking
Trickle
lesser.
up, trickle up.
Percentage?
Yep, we're still on percentage rolls.
22.
Is that higher or lower than my roll?
It's lower.
You are correct. One down.
No, just low.
It was actually 23, so we were so close.
Oh,
64.
Is that higher or lower than my roll?
It's higher.
You are correct, sir. 2 out of 5. Difficulty just changed. It's going to be more challenge, more damage, more bad things can happen this time.
61.
Is that higher or lower than my roll?
It's lower.
You are not correct. Roll a d12.
ooh.
Why am I doing that? Does it mean you attach it?
Statistical averages is 64 is.
Oh, I love this mechanic. This is so fun.
Is this homebrew or
It's a
is this-
7.
That's totally mine. I built it.
Damn.
7.
Is that
7.
7? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everybody gets to make saving throw.
Oh boy.
This will be a deck save at disadvantage.
Oh.
So is mine cancelled out?
Yes.
Thank God.
Oh
No,
man.
totally
I
fail.
took 16.
Can I use
Or
a
big
BP
rocky.
to like just negate the low roll?
No, that's not how that works. You can reroll if you want.
Nah, I'm fine. It's fine. I wouldn't make it anyway.
Okay,
Let's see. 17.
Oh yay.
Is this how your game works? It is actually.
It is.
4, 5, 6.
I now know why you don't talk to him.
Well, the reason why
That's,
I do these things.
that's sick.
I know.
That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage. If you saved, you took half.
What type of damage?
Bludgeoning.
I will only be taking 5 of that.
What's interesting is that the bludgeoning damage comes from stuff flying out of it, but it's not pieces of the machine. As a matter of fact, what's all around you are looks like crusty pieces of like clods of dirt. And when you hold them up in front of the lights, it's like doubled the concentration, but not enough for it to actually congeal.
Okay.
Jace.
Yes.
Put a bubble around
A bubble?
it. Put a bubble around it.
Isolate him?
Yeah, so that way
So-
when it keeps doing this, we don't
Well, of
get
course,
Jace.
nothing's gonna fly out of them. It's all you're taking it all from now on.
Sorry, what was the half damage?
8.
Aww.
Here we go
It's
again.
not gonna do anything.
All right, so we are ready for.
You can increase one of the D100s by a D12. I don't
Or
know.
decrease it by D12.
Actually, here's how that will work. If you're giving him inspiration, he picks, but I have to move the window up or down by that much. So let's say you rolled a 4, or let's say you rolled a 54. You could drop your number down to 34 or whatever, and therefore increasing the window of success by his D12.
Sounds good. Ooh, good one.
11.
11. Let me see. Give Victoria was just a second. 11. Make sure you get the right column. Yes. Are you lower or higher?
I'm lower.
Are you going to use your D12 or not?
Not on this one.
Okay. You made it. 1. Next one.
52.
52. Rolling the d12.
3.
55 down to 51. Are you higher or lower than my number?
You rolling like 50s.
Yeah, it's a worse place to roll.
You're higher.
That's correct, sir.
It's 2.
2. Now we go to the higher level damage.
Yay!
7.
Ooh. 7. Is that lower or higher than my number?
I'm lower.
That is correct. 3 out of 4. Now we're at 4 out of 5.
80.
Are you higher or lower than mine?
I'm higher.
That is correct, sir. Final roll.
He technically can hear you if you go and make donuts.
98.
98.
I am higher.
You are not. I have my finger on the number. You come look.
Wow!
I played this. This was the roulette wheel. I rolled. You rolled 98, and I have exactly 98. So you could not win that round.
But he didn't lose either.
No, but if he'd had the D12 here, he could have modified.
I did ask for inspire.
He did. I did say that if it's only a donut, he can still inspire him.
That's
He
true.
just has to hear me.
Yeah.
He has to hear you and accept it. So. No, because we're already done. We're already past it. So, roll a D6 for me.
2. D6.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 5.
Roll a D12 for me.
It's a 4.
Roll a D3 for me.
This is my first TPK.
D6 cut now.
No, he's in a wall.
He's inside of a force wall.
Aww. I want experience in my belt, man. I'm still a noob.
2.5.
No.
2.
Next question. Is the sphere, is it a sphere or is it only hemisphere?
If I'm on the ground, it should only be a sphere. Or
It theoretically should be a hemisphere, but you
Should be
could
a
actually,
hemisphere.
the wall of force could pass through the dirt.
Just the ground.
Okay. He vanishes. So does the machine.
Shit.
Down?
You have no idea.
Well, I guess
Sending.
we'll
You're
have to
sending.
do this
You
again.
alive?
Did Kush get
Contact
captured again?
message.
Kush is standing 3 feet from the swirling gateway in Drakthar's Way.
Great. I'm gonna have to bring it back tomorrow morning.
Well, wait a moment.
Um,
He teleported or there's a hole?
No, he teleported.
Tell.
Jace, I'm in Drakthar's Way, and I'm having nightmares again.
And the machine in your hands is now humming.
Is he alive?
Pouring out of one end, one little droplet at a time, is liquid limb. And it drops off and floats into the air. So it's like gravitation coming out of the barrel.
Is your message done?
And I have limb. Do I still have the other orb?
No, they're connected together. The orb, no, you left the orb in the room with them.
Okay.
Oh, no, you connected them. No,
I was trying to connect the
yeah,
engine.
the engine to it.
So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
says he's in Drakar's Way. There's Lim around him. So let's see. So I hope everyone's ready. We're going on a very fun adventure.
Look. I need to empty all my
no,
stuff
no.
out.
Wait,
Okay.
what happened?
Would you like to be teleported?
Sure.
Is it gonna make me sick again?
It has never made you sick.
It
I'll
has.
fix
Oh
that.
yeah, that's
Let
right.
me change quickly.
Sorry.
Yep.
It's just the first initial one. Anyways, I'm good.
Just do it.
She wants to put her armor on.
Yeah.
I'll put my armor on.
Okay,
He's
now
made
they're
it
all
for
back.
sick.
Can we gear up?
There we go. That's good. 20 minutes right there.
God, I
Okay,
hate.
you're standing there and you realize that you're on the you're
I
on
hate
the you're
martial
on the right
classes.
side of the bridge.
No.
I'm on the right side of the bridge.
Yeah, you're across from the bridge. You're not through the portal. You're on this
I
side.
am proficient
Okay.
in throwing rocks. That's it.
So you
Good
could actually walk home from here if you want to.
If I wanted to. Like after 10 minutes.
Right. So that's when you realize you're really on the right side.
Coach, sorry.
It's gonna be a while.
Our
Everybody has to
our
get
warriors
fucking
have
dressed.
to go get clothed. So just.
It was the
we'll be
evening.
okay
We were getting ready to
for
go
a
to
few
bed.
more
Now we're
minutes
gonna go
before
on
we
an
get
adventure.
there. Please respond to the message.
Yeah, she'll hurry up.
I mean, I
and-
could teleport back if it's
Safe.
If it's okay. Oh.
Did you drop the field once he vanished, or is the field still standing?
I would have dropped it when he
Okay.
disappeared.
So you can teleport back
Yeah.
with the live machine running,
Yes.
magic pouring out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Ooh, he doesn't say that a whole lot.
I haven't got to say that in
Yeah,
so
I know.
long.
So long.
He doesn't say that a whole lot.
That was a blast from the past.
It totally was.
Okay, oh god. Don't do a chord roll, please.
that sounded like a chord roll to me.
Undo him.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Wait, I'm not ready. I'm still putting on my armor.
Can you help him get him dressed?
Are you decent?
No.
Does it matter?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Lord Outlander.
You coming
I
back?
don't think
Gonna do it?
matters.
Gonna do it? Gonna do it?
What, you're
Can I
afraid
do
that
it?
his is gonna be bigger than yours? What's happening here? Come
Of
on.
course I'm gonna
Let's
do
go.
it.
Whoa.
He's Kush Long Pipe.
Okay.
Who do you think I am?
Help him suit
He
up.
reappears back here with the device under his arm, but you hear a second
God.
clap of thunder. As
Yeah.
loud as the thunder that was made yesterday when she winked a god out of existence.
I throw a guiding bolt into the sky. Okay, good.
Did you do it at the right time though?
What was that?
It's thunder and then lightning. Or no, is it lightning?
No, it's always lightning before the thunder,
Yeah.
which he did. He made it the reverse, which is kind of cool.
Mm.
Okay. We're good. I'm good.
I suited
Now.
him. I helped him suit him.
So Kush, can you turn that off?
Is it still
Kush is
leaking?
there.
What?
He says, "Can you turn it off?"
They're a cat.
No. Okay. All you did is connected him and it turned off.
Yeah.
Now we get to start dice rolling to shut it off if you want to shut it off.
But you know what, Hope? Before you do anything hasty, you might regret.
Why don't we just
Let
bury
me
it?
just collect some of the stuff that's coming out of it first. How
Okay,
about
well,
that,
it's
huh?
drifting upward,
It floats.
dribbling one up out of gravitationally. It's going the wrong direction.
I'm gonna grab a glass jar and.
Oh, this sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Oh no.
Sure does.
And you can't stop it because we don't know what it does.
I put
We don't.
my hand all over, like, kind of a few inches away from all the surfaces, but I keep my hands away from the limb. Do we
Okay,
feel-
as you're putting your hands around there, you feel a vacuum. Feel the pull of air into the funnel.
Wait,
the
what
drip
time of
is
day?
coming out of the
What
end.
time of day is it?
It's dusk. It's after dusk. It's after sunset.
Wait. Where's the orb?
Or just
What
laying
dusk?
right there on the ground.
Where you left it.
Are you
Oh god.
So-
So wait, is
The
he back
orb.
now?
Yes.
Yes.
He teleported.
I put it above it. Do I see it's sucking all the particles?
Yeah, if you put it beside it,
Yeah.
you just see the dust. Yeah, you see the dust swirling into it.
And then limb coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
And-
taking particles in, but it's not letting them go out. So where are the particles going?
Into the
It's-
stuff that's
Being
dropping.
converted.
It's being condensed and then dropping.
So when
Well-
Beauty blew
Well-
up into splinters and the splinters were ground up, it's dust.
Oh, you should put it on your face like makeup. I'm kidding. You know me.
It's dust.
Actually, that's not far from true because when you talk about the magics of disguise, like Kyoto's ointment, that's literally what it does. It's actually you're spreading magicals on you.
Not entirely kidding.
I'm not a Kyoshi warrior, Bryce.
I don't know what that means.
A barbarian that wears makeup.
Oh.
All the things that you don't
And
What,
then
you're gonna try to shut it off?
So-
how much limb did I get in my jar?
You can get probably 3 or 4 drops. About a third of what's in the little pool over there. But you notice that this stuff is still once it gets inside. Well, I'll have to wait and see what happens when it happens. You're just catching it. Yeah, I can't give
Yeah.
can't give anything away. So yeah, you're catching it.
So we're fully armored. Nowhere to go.
I pick up a piece of dirt and I like hold it in front of the vacuum and I let go.
Okay, great. You get to roll percentage dice. Yes.
Again, I cast shield on Kenny. The squirrel. For
You
the audience.
haven't been smart enough to put it down yet?
I sure am not.
What are you doing?
Yeah, there's a good one.
There we go.
28.
Are you higher or lower than my roll?
I am lower than your roll.
You are correct. Next.
I have to do 5 of these. Oh, great.
No, you only have to do 3,
Okay.
but they're increasingly strong, each one of them.
I rolled a 35.
Is that higher or lower than mine?
I believe that I am lower than your roll.
You are not correct. The rock comes being shot back to you, and roll a d6.
I get good berry ready.
4.
Okay, so starting with you, 1, 2, 3, 4. All get to make saves versus Dex.
Okay, Kenny, I'll protect you.
Just you're watching them work with this. Now, after this, you can say you're leaving if you want to go someplace else.
I use my answer now.
Oh, it's already
Still
gone.
wouldn't.
Just
Why do you
regular.
talk to you?
No, you're
Wait,
not worried
wait.
about it. Just these saves. You made it. Anybody fail?
15?
15 make it. 28 make it. 30 make it.
14. I just
failed.
You rolled a
Woo!
You rolled a 30 on a dex save?
Woo!
I just failed.
What the hell?
He's got that ability that gives him a +10 on the die roll. Same thing he has. They both have it.
So how much is
That's
this?
not an ability, it's just.
You don't have to worry about it at all. It didn't come to you at all. That's what I said. It's just these 4.
Hold on.
You what?
No. Sorry.
My bad.
16 points of damage
Six
just
plus
from
4
3
was-
dice.
Where are you getting the...
Half the dice just as effective.
I need to have a conversation with you about what 30 means. How much damage?
If you
16.
failed, you take 16. If you made it, you take 8.
Right?
Bludgeoning again.
Oh, boy. Brilliant. Okay, stop.
It can't. It's still running.
No. I mean, let's stop futzing about with this thing.
And it's now dripping twice as fast.
Anybody know an
The
other?
engine's whining a little higher.
Yes, I do.
Go.
What?
We need to find another who's particularly good with this type of thing, and we need to get it to stop.
Can you make Cord pass?
Why can't
I
we
don't
undo
think-
it?
That's literally one of my principal abilities.
Just a moment. Can't we just undo it?
Yes, 5 rolls to disassemble.
We don't know what we're doing. When we tried to put it together, it blew up twice.
Do you trust the other to figure it out?
Yes.
Trust it more than other people here.
You might want to tell him where you got the engines.
I start making 8
Remind
noises.
him where you got them.
I stick out a
I
bone
got
and
'em.
start hitting it.
if you remember where you got them.
I got them from Jadaran. From,
So go and visit your old home, boy.
but it was
The old king was clutching it.
So should we get a gnome?
no, the
We should get a gnome other.
we need a
No, scholar.
we need a tink
Gnome scholar.
because the tinks were building items that they shouldn't be building.
Okay.
At the
More
others,
particular, there was a really large device that they were disassembled.
they were disassembling
So we should.
a
Can you say reverse engineer
engine.
something a lot older?
Yes.
So how about
You
this?
need a chink.
We go to the gnomes. We
Well, the shorter people.
just
need
show
this.
them this because I don't feel like messing with it anymore because this is gonna blow up the town eventually.
Maybe the.
Show it to the woman that makes more gold blades.
No, you can't. You said we need a chink, but maybe they have a scholar down there or an engineer or something like that, and you could.
That's
You
that's
know
a whole
them.
race of them. The tinks.
That's what they are.
That's kind of what the gnomes. That's kind of the
Yeah,
gnome
but
thing.
you don't need to go to the queen. You don't need to go to the king. You just need to get hold of a chink scholar. Chink.
He is a tink scholar. Remember, that's his. Oh no, you're a force.
I'm a shelter.
He's a shelter.
Is Keegan?
Yeah, Keegan would be a tink.
Who?
Message.
Is
That's why he was cousin. Remember, he was never a brother.
Yeah. Message Keegan. He should be not drunk. What?
Midnight call. I can fix that. Don't worry.
Hey,
Bring,
Keegan,
bring.
This is Jace.
That's sending, right? So you're
It's
gonna,
sending,
this
yes.
is the 25-word one.
Yes. Hey Keegan, this is Jace. Kush needs you back on the surface. Please come here as soon as possible. Please respond to this message.
Very important.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that you got exactly 25. That was impressive. You've done this a time or two.
Deserves a BP.
Yeah, it does. BP for doing that improvisationally because they clearly didn't write it down or think through it. That was good. That was good. I'm not even going to try. The message is going to be on board the Lanchester, 4 days out of Florin, unable to come. Good luck.
Good luck.
He's busy.
Wait, then ask him who could we contact to.
That's another whole sending. You just burn another spell.
I'm thinking about a sentence.
He's a 16. You can upcast sending.
I can't.
Yes.
You can upcast any
Unscrew it a
spell. It's
little.
only certain ones
I
have
got it for
better
the first
effects.
unscrew.
In fact, I'd argue that
can I help
upcast and
Kush?
sending would add more words, but that's my.
All that would
opinion.
do is give him a reroll, and then he gets to choose which number, but then he still has to say higher or lower.
I.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so do you want advantage on the dice rolls?
Oh,
Do you
my
do 2 dice rolls to have to deal with to
I
guess
mean,
with?
I've already disassembled another object, so I'll help Kush.
Yeah, but you didn't do it well. You. Oh, you did. You did. He successfully did take it apart.
Yeah, and
You are
Lost a
luckier
key
than
point.
I am.
He is linked here. So you each roll the percentage
Oh
dice.
yeah, the guy who's able to roll 20s and 19s.
So each of you roll percentage
consistently.
dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he rolled 4 19s in a game
she will
session.
cast a blessing.
I think you
Take
should
my.
be lucky if you-
I take my
Okay, well, I'll give you that.
Just roll 1.
a 2.
A 2,
Ooh.
A 2.
and you are higher or lower. Higher or lower.
I'm lower.
That is correct. 1 down. 4 to go.
We're disassembling again now?
Yes.
Okay.
He just started. He just started working on it. So
10 o'clock or so tonight.
Okay,
Maybe a
that's fine.
little later if you need to. But
no, we'll be fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's an odd one.
Oh
Higher or
my
lower.
god.
I'm lower.
That's correct. Third.
There is nothing.
Now we go
wrong.
to the higher danger.
Oh no, you can't get
No,
You
that.
putting the
Yeah.
sphere around him this time,
Even.
Jace?
Mine.
Casting the
Okay,
spear.
go ahead. Hot 2.
Oh
Is
my
that higher-
god!
Is that higher or lower?
I'm lower.
See, the blessing helps.
That is correct.
Okay,
next
one.
one.
50
You
now,
go.
right? Yeah.
89.
And he's got a.
81.
Nice.
I am higher.
You're higher than mine.
Yeah.
That is correct. 2 to go.
2 to go.
Yeah, 1 to go. I mean,
1 to go. There we go. That's one.
70.
94.
Hey!
Hey.
D12 it up. You got it. Just use it, man.
might as well max it
Get,
out.
get it to 100.
12.
Wow, it's.
That's 9. That's 106. Yep. Therefore, you can't
Yeah.
be wrong
You can't fail.
Yeah.
unless you say
We're
it wrong.
higher.
What?
You just said it
Oh.
wrong.
We're higher.
Yeah.
Oh, we're higher. Okay.
Yeah, we're higher.
I thought he said you're higher. I'm
No,
going.
we're higher.
What?
Well, no, I'm.
We're higher.
We're higher.
That is correct.
That's right.
Comes back.
Laura
Yeah,
is
bubble
no
it.
longer higher.
Oh my god.
You're like, wait, I'm doing this right. Wait,
you detach
am
it a
I?
split second and just reattach it.
Like, think.
It comes
wait.
apart. Now you can take it apart and put it together without having to make any dice rolls.
Okay, so we can make Limb on demand. I don't
Yes.
know what we can do. Just stop. I don't know
As
what
you
we can do.
raise your
with
hand
that.
with the jar, because you were working with him. With the jar.
Yeah.
As you raise the hand with the
Yeah.
jar, it comes pouring out of the jar and vaporizes.
Damn it.
But it does point out something. This stuff does not make it stable. It only makes it. It only concentrates it. That's the specific way of saying it.
Disassembling something, so they have other parts.
Yes, they have it apart.
Other parts.
We have.
They're separate.
No, they have 2
Okay.
identical engines and 1 funnel.
No, I mean, other people were disassembling something larger, so they have other parts.
Yeah, the Tinks were disassembling a larger version of this.
No, what they were taking apart were the two pounders, the pulverizers.
Oh yeah.
The
the
digging
big
machine.
bats.
The one
Yeah.
you released.
Yeah.
I think the tenor should go on a
Oh, yeah.
diplomatic trade mission. Or not even a trade mission, just a checkup on Jadaroon. What do you think?
Well, since
Sounds
we
like
no
your
longer,
jurisdiction.
I don't know if we have any.
Maybe diplomatic.
The Tenno might be able to pull something off because of his rank and power compared to just a gnome.
After
We
all.
will have to do that, however, next week. Thank you all for participating. We are at the end of the session. I want to give my guys a few minutes to talk to debriefs before we finish clearing up the table. Thank you all for watching. Make sure that you check out the rest of our stream. We've got an episode on Friday coming, Sunday at noon, 2, and back to Monday as well. So talk to you again soon. Have a great weekend.